Hello, Varric. I'm glad you could make it. Welcome to the game that I definitely said we would be playing. I'll explain momentarily. Ah, right, they're picking up the garbage at this time. That's what all that noise is. But, yeah. Hello, Razir. Welcome to the game I said we would be playing. Metroid Prime Remastered. That's definitely what I said last time. So, to explain, I go to set up to get ready to test to see if the PlayStation 4 can properly stream good, and it looks like it can, so that's good to know. Well, see, last time I said we were going to play Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, the fourth Sly Cooper video game, which is something that I've said that I've been playing for a while. And as it turns out, to you astute listeners out there, I said I was going to set up the PlayStation 4 to play the game. That game's not on the PlayStation 4, and I did not remember that. And I figured that out like an hour before stream. So I had to figure out what we were going to do next. And decided, you know what, fuck it, let's play a good game again. Womp womp. Correct, Varric. Yeah, I did what is called in the business an oops. But, things should be good. Also, how is the audio quality, aside from the garbage truck outside? There's no audio scratchies or anything? Audio is good. Good to know. So, I haven't played Metroid Prime Remastered, but if you remember from 1,000 years ago, Metroid Prime is one of the games that I first LP'd. Well, I'm not that good at the game there, but I'm pretty decent at the Metroid Prime. I've never played the remastered version, though, so it's going to be interesting to make comparisons. I do love this music. Extras. What are the extras for this video game? Why do I have things unlocked already? Is this stuff that just comes with the video game? I did not realize that there would be stuff unlocked at the start. Yep, that's a spaceship. We'll look at this stuff later. Ah, hello, Knight. I'm glad you could make it. We're playing Metroid Prime Remastered. What? Yes. Okay, sorry. Hot in here. Anyway. Let's look at our options. Dual stick. Standard control scheme using control sticks for movement and aiming. Sure, let's go with that for now. There's the Wii method, which I enjoyed when I played the game. Elden Ring. That's definitely what this is, right? Hybrid, which is classic control scheme, but with motion controls for aiming. Classic GameCube stop and pivot. We're gonna go with dual stick for now. Oh, there's a little color assist. That's cool. turn it down just a little bit. Oh hey, narration on or off. Disables the narration that was added to the original European and Japanese versions of Metroid Prime. I'm gonna keep this off because that's stupid. Why did you do this? Like, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine, but I have no interest in it. If you guys want to hear the narration that they added, I will gladly put that in. But I'm fine without it. No one seems to have any opinion on this narration. Rudely grafted. Maybe. Okay. Let's begin. Why not? I don't know what the difference is between casual and normal, so I'm going to play it on normal, assuming that's the normal difficulty. I know they call it normal, but it might not be. Yes, a perfectly normal bounty hunt. Metroid Souls-like would be good. That's entirely fair. I also haven't played it in a long time. I do love it, though. Unidentified distress beacon has been tracked to a derelict space vessel in orbit above Talon 4. That is 4, right? So fucking bad at Roman numerals. One of these days I'll remember what side the eye goes on when you're deciding 4 or 6. Today is not that day. Although I did get it right, so who knows. This game. I am a master at understanding Metroid, so I hope y'all enjoy, because I will be talking about stuff like that as we play, probably. God, this music's so good. The remastering made everything that was good about this game so much better. Jump. Hell yes. Cinematic perfection. And Adam's not in this game. Okay. Got the jumpy, lock on, we do side steps. Scan, visor, activate. What button do I push to scan again? It's been so long. Okay, left. The switch does not appear to be operational. This force field blocks the entrance. Got it? This force field blocks the entrance. I will be doing a lot of scanning, and this is after the mother brain. So playing it with the Wiimote was really good. Like, Metroid Prime 3 is one of the best controlling games I've ever played. But yeah, to explain what's going on context-wise, This is basically on the heels of Metroid 1. We have successfully destroyed the space pirate base on Zebes, and we have found a distress signal from a surviving pirate vessel, and we're going to go in guns blazing. I've played every Metroid game on every console that has been on, so I have some experience playing the video game in multiple ways. Energy force field in place. You cannot reach your gunship. I want to reach my gunship though. Rude. Force field activation switches are now online. Other M is mechanically solid. We will... Let's not talk about Other M. We will get... One day we will play Other M, and then we can discuss Other M as long as we want. That is not today, though. How do I pause? Okay. Okay, no, I did the calibration wrong. We'll deal with this. It feels so slow compared to everything what I'm used to. I love orb. Well, damn. There you go. Entrance to main docking bay. Yes. Tutorial. You have to shoot the doors open. I love the mist just onto the visor. That's so cool. It destroyed a frog civilization in 20,000 years. It's fine. It's fine. Deck Gamma. Reactor core and propulsion current status environment normal. Deck Beta. Biohazard research. Current status environment normal. Deck Alpha. Environment unstable. It's the emergency evacuation area, of course. That's inconvenient. For them. I want it to be that way. God, this game's so atmospheric. Just a little guy. Just a little guy floating in the void. Goodbye. Add Yiza to the logbook. Yes, I will absolutely add Yiza to the logbook. Yiza is noted down right here as good friend. That's a deep cut. Night. Airlock. Bump. Now, to be clear, if you mean add Yiza to call, I will do that. Okay, yes, it is add Yiza to call. Hold on. Hello.
You obtained a host.
Yes, hello Giza, thank you for joining. We are playing Metroid Prime 1 Remastered, because I forgot that the PlayStation 3 is the system that Sly 4
Oh,
is
yeah,
on.
you can't play Metroid Prime Remastered on PlayStation 3.
Everything about this remaster is super beautiful. Like, this is incredible.
This game looks so pretty!
Little guys! Little guys in the floor! They're crawling around.
Here's the thing about Metroid Prime.
Yeah?
It looks good to this day. It looks really nice. They did an amazing job in that game. Way back on the GameCube, with the lighting, the environmental design, the attention to detail, like when things get on your visor. It is beautiful.
It really is.
It couldn't look better. And then this game comes out, and you go, oh my gosh. When this is touched up to HD, it's everything.
This is one of the
game
best
is
looking
so
games of
pretty.
all time. Absolutely. Death caused by a severing of the spinal cord. Well, that's unfortunate for that guy.
Yeah, but it saves us some trouble. Look how tall this fella is! Sounds it's like 7 foot.
Yeah. Parasite interstellar vermin. They travel in swarms. Indigenous to Talon 4, a single parasite is harmless to larger life forms. However, they tend to travel in large groups. I mean, yes, he is a space pirate, but... I mean, that's still a fucking awful way to go. Swarming over
You did say
potential prey.
unfortunate for him, right?
Yeah, I did say unfortunately for him. Such swarms can be dangerous. Biohazard materials, Phazon Batch 0009.A. Destination Deck Beta. Neat.
What's a Phazon?
Who knows? But they've got a lot of it. They got 4 digits worth of it. That's a lot of digits. I'll go to the Deck Beta. Escape pod entrance. Didn't notice that there was escape pods here before. Anyway, oh. Chest high wall there. Kablam.
It really depends, Knight. Like, you don't want nerve damage, that shit hurts.
Yeah, I am familiar with that. I got, like, the sides of my legs around, like, the upper thigh are still a little off after my surgery. And this is a very big individual. I'm the type of person to just... Sorry, what?
The best case scenario for a painless death involving spine injury is just for it to be enough to kill you straight out.
Yeah. Which, I mean,
You
that might have happened to this guy. He did get speared right in the back by a giant claw.
Look at the beastie, it's so big.
I know, it's such a good little big thing. Incredible work.
Little puppy.
It's a little puppy. It's puppy aspected. What is this?
All animals are puppy if they're cute.
This is true. Morphology, space pirate, status, weak life signs detected. This guy's still technically alive. Imprints of large bite marks can be seen on the exoskeleton. Oh, there's also just a corpse right here. Death caused by acidic burns to body. Chemical type unknown. Well.
Knight, it's already dead.
Hello. Oh, he's doing his best with his little wrist cannon. That's follow her.
Recording to logbook.
New research! Hooray! Small energy replenishes 10 units of energy. Pod 3, 4, and 7 have been launched. All going to the Research Command Center on Talon 4. Tail section possesses a mouth-like orifice that was likely used for birthing offspring. Well, that's good to know, I guess. We're doing science. I'm the sort of person who runs around scanning everything.
You said it's a good little thing we're going to have to kill later. That's the big parasite queen fella that I was talking about.
Yeah.
That thing's definitely dead.
Yeah.
The space pirate, like, who cares?
Yeah.
The space pirate. We kill them all the time.
Another dead space pirate. Death caused by excessive blunt trauma to cranium. That's certainly one way of putting it, given, he had a fucking entire ceiling fall on his head. Goodness. Although this debris is obstructing the hallway, it looks like it can be removed easily. A is also a button. Cool. More little guys. More little parasite guys. Only we had some sort of orb mode.
You little mines, little space mines.
Behold, orb. This is the power of ball. This is very important. Everyone knows that Samus's most favorite thing to do is turn into an orb. This is known.
I don't know.
Talon 4, ground zero area secure. Crater radiation readings normal. Frigate exterior hull stable and fully functional.
Recording to
But
log.
now,
More research. Map station. Walk in the map station holograms and download a map of the area you're in. 2 parasite queen specimens have become volatile in deck beta. All security personnel should report to the biotech research area. Parasitic infestation has been detected in the ventilation systems of deck gamma and beta. Well, let's go get us a map. A space pirate themed game. That does sound interesting. Map. This map was very impressive for the day. It is, it's simultaneously a good and terrible map system, I think.
I think it's just good, to be honest.
Yeah, it puts everything into very discrete chunks, so that's good. And yeah, Yiza has a bit of a cough. It's fine.
I didn't mean to cough loudly, I'm sorry.
Alright, since this is the HD remaster of the original game, you cannot jump as Orb. This is going to cause problems.
Does this game have Fusion Suit? I never got an answer to that. And I never looked it up.
I think it does. I think it does. Also,
It should. Imagine not having Fusion Suit.
yeah. Hello, Dr. Keiki. And yeah, that's pretty accurate. The map is very cool. Con's kind of hard to read.
Shadowstalker's com
Okay, here's
just
the thing
became
about
Ray's
it.
friend. Thanks
This
for the
game
follow.
has a lot of verticality in its map design,
Yeah.
as well as just horizontal. I think rendering each room in as a 3D object makes it a lot easier to read where doors are and how to get around than if they tried to represent that in say
Yeah.
the sort of 2D map style that Zelda's use, where it has a number of floors. Because this game is not. It's got way too much vertical complexity.
Yeah.
Also, the shapes of rooms can be very telling, really help you recognize, oh, this is this place, this is that place.
Yeah. Also, we have a redeem of some Cursed World trivia. So here's some trivia for you. The last couple ones I've been doing, what my dream casting for the for the Cursed World like animated series would be. And
Oh, I hate those.
and
Like, I've heard a few of them now, and not once have you suggested to me.
well, my trivia was going to be that I don't have a preferred voice for Verd yet. That's something that I have not discovered yet. Okay, thank you, Shadowstalker, for advising me that Boost Ball does exist. You just have to engage in motion controls. Excellent. That'll make this a lot easier.
Springboard, you doofus.
Spring ball, bounce ball, powerful ball, the coolest ball. Well, not the coolest, there's something cooler. This energy conductor has been damaged. Use caution in approaching the arcing electricity. Containing breach on deck beta. Caution has been used.
Fortunately, it's not like you need Springball. It wasn't in the original game. It's just a cute little quality of life thing.
Yeah. It's more useful in Echoes, which is a game that doesn't exist yet for this.
There is a part in the game that requires you, I believe, to work out how to do a double bomb jump, and I guess that's going to be a lot easier with the spring jump.
Yeah, that would make sense. Oh, I did not notice that question you asked, Knight. Sorry. Ray does not ponder orbs. I did not notice that question because I'm not actually looking at my computer while playing this game for once. Morphology unknown. Low life signs detected. See, this is clearly the second parasite queen. Guy just stumbling around.
We found a corpse one.
Yeah, that's true. Severe internal damage detected.
This isn't the one that's talking about. Maybe.
Oh, you fall down.
Aww, it's got a tummy ache.
Yeah. Specimen cell A, hibernation, transference of phase on batch 81D. Rejection of phase on compound detected. Oh, there's another dead, well, almost dead one. Both legs of this creature are broken. Well, that's unfortunate for you.
That happens.
Yeah. Could have swore there used to be a way to, like, after you kill a space pirate, you could scan them and it would be, like, no life signs detected. Might just be remembering wrong, though.
I don't remember that.
After mutation, the carapace of the larva becomes rigid. The carapace is quite resilient, able to resist the attacks of many predators. Well, that's nice. That's nice for it. The fluid sacs in the mouth enlarge after mutation. This allows for increased production of corrosive bile. Gross. Probably shouldn't be mutating things like this. Also, thank you for the follow, Shadowstalker. I forgot to say that. Combat mutation applications are complete. Primary legs of this creature possess galvanized tips, allowing it to penetrate any known alloy. Oh, that must have hurt when it got stabbed, then. There's there are two big containers broken. I'm sure it's fine. The coils on this ventilation cap look unstable. Is there a way to not make it triple shot like that? Okay, that's an interesting design, like accessibility option. And no, there does not appear to be a way to stop it from triple shooting. That's fine.
possibly. I feel like I've heard something about there being a thing that
Maybe.
changes how that works.
Well, I'll look into it later.
Maybe it's in control scheme. I don't know.
Maybe. I'll look into it. Fire missiles with R. Well, that's good to know. Ballistic support needed in specimen block F. Uh-oh.
Recording to log.
A new creature, technically. Auto turret. Use missiles to break outer casing. Oh, you're very rude, sir.
Recording to logbook.
Missile pop pickup. Why am I so bad at language right now? They did add a burst fire to the power beam where when you press and hold the button, you go bang, 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 and then start charging. Missile ammo. You just cover some missiles.
Yeah, I think it did. Can't do without mashing. I think it's just there for mild convenience.
Yeah. Oh, this is my favorite room because it actually has pirate lore in it. Phazon Infusion Stage 1. Parasite Larva Diagnostic. It's just... Oh,
Yeah,
hello,
it
Underlord.
is
Glad you could
like
make it.
how it works in Prime Hunters, from what I remember of Prime Hunters. I liked Prime Hunters.
I
It
did
had a
too.
lot of flaws, but it was neat. I liked
It's
all the different characters and how distinct they were. I liked the different funny ult modes, like running around shooting stuff.
definitely agreed on
The
that.
campaign was a bit weak, but it's a game, what you gonna do? The control scheme's awkward, but it's a TS game, what you gonna do?
It was awkward and weird and experimental, and I did kind of appreciate it. No, Yiza's
Yeah,
cool.
It's kind of like how I adore Kid Icarus Uprising, but I also don't want to go back to playing games that way.
That is completely reasonable. That is
I think
another
Kid
game that
Icarus
is on the list.
Uprising, that is one game which I think really should have a remake that lets people play it as though it were a normal game and not,
Yes, please give us a Switch release of Kid Icarus Uprising. Anyway, Zebes has fallen. All ground personnel are presumed dead, either killed by the hunter clad in metal or in the subsequent destruction of the underground facilities. Our research frigates Orpheon, Syriacus, and Vol Eragone were in orbit at 0 hour and managed to retreat. Frigate Orpheon is now docked at Vortex Outpost. Orpheon's cargo appears to have a 100% survival rate. Metroids are healthy but on restricted feeding schedule due to uncertain supply status. We are ready to begin research on Metroids and other promising life forms. Security status remains at Code Blue, no signs of pursuit from the Hunter. That's me, I'm the Hunter. I love that aspect of these text files.
they're so scared of her.
When they talk about Samus and how they're super terrified that she's here.
She blew up their planet.
Well, the planet's alive. The planet did not blow up. We just blew up the fortress.
You're right, yeah. That doesn't blow up until Super, which is quite a ways in the future at this point of continuity.
Yeah. Mutation initiated. Larva status stable. I also like the little non-important ones that are just talking about their experience mutating this thing.
Honestly, Dr. Keiki, at this point, now that the servers are down and the 3DS isn't officially supported, just pirate it.
Yeah, just pirate it.
You
at
can
this
crack
point.
your 3DS fairly easily from what I've heard and just get whatever game you want.
Also, hello, Robin. Good to see you.
Robin!
If you want to get in the call, we can do that.
Yeah.
Phazon Infusion Stage 4, Larva Diagnostic. Getting bigger. Cell structure failing. Uh-oh. Also, over here we have another parasite larva. We have Plasmite. You'll see one of those later.
I absolutely love the HD remaster for like. I'm sure these were in the original game, but I never really sort of paid much attention to them because
They were, and it owns. Especially this one, because this one is one of the creatures from Zeebs specifically. It's the hoppy
yeah, I
jumpy
just
man.
think that it wasn't as clear. You couldn't just sort of look at it as cleanly and crisply.
Yeah.
You get such a beautiful sort of sense of exactly how this level is like.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's everything
This game
about
looks so
everything
good.
about Prime is good.
Yeah, and this remaster just pretty much everything just shines all the more.
Yeah.
Look at it! Look at all babies!
Specimen cell structure failing. Batch 732C does not match DNA. Terminating infusion sequence. Yeah, just a little baby. The specimen has been horribly mutated. There are no life readings. It's very dead. Infusion analysis 10.2. Specimen exhibit incredible strength and body mass increase when exposed to Phazon batch 732. That seems to be their best one, I guess. 12.5. Phazon batch 3.H increases the acid production in the saliva ducts of parasite larvae. Hooray! And okay, let me just go do that. Dup-a-dup-a-dup. Where is the group chat? There it is. Doop-a-doop. We now have a Robin here as well. Or we will. Momentarily. For some reason, when I hit the join call button to do the call already happened and my click didn't register.
Ah, well that's your fault then.
Iza was too fast, I guess.
Iza was
I
too
had to
fast.
be with Robin.
Hello, I just woke up, so I'm gonna have to I might have to step away a lot, but whatever, I'm here.
That's entirely fine, and if you need to go, you need to go. It's fine.
Yeah. I thought about going and downloading the Chozo Ghost battle theme and cropping out a minute of it and walking into the call and being like, hey, and then pressing it and being like, wait, no, stop, god damn it. But I didn't because I thought that would be loud.
Possibly.
I love you.
Possibly, yeah. Biohazard waste removal may begin in 3 hours. Phazon radiation readings must be reported to Deck Commander before batch disposal. Which reminds me, I need to actually set up the...
So we're playing Metroid Prime, huh?
The side stream. Yes. I explained this earlier, but I'll explain it again because it's funny. I go to set up the PlayStation 4 to stream, and it works, so that's good. I'll be able to stream PlayStation 4 games. I put in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, and the console helpfully reminds me, hey, I can't play PlayStation 3 games.
Oh.
Because it's a PlayStation 3 game, I forgot! I forgot it's for the PlayStation 4. Not
I don't
the
even
4.
remember how many PlayStations there are these days.
There's at least 5. Maybe
People
more.
don't care about the new consoles though. I don't remember hearing them mentioned ever.
There's 2 games on the PlayStation 5. Period.
Came
There's
out,
actually,
6 years ago.
There's actually probably 9 PlayStations, I think.
Yeah, probably.
There's let's see, there's the old PS1, there's the other PS1, there's the PS2, there's the other PS2, there's at least one PS3, there's at least one PS4, there's at least one PS5, there's the portable and the Vita, and that is 9.
Yeah. I forgot that there's only one actual pirate log in this room. I'm thinking of other rooms that are similar to this. Elevator operational. Platform. Yay! Platform. Alright.
So, I'd like to celebrate with everyone.
Mm-hmm.
40 minutes into the stream. Thank you all for making it this far. even though Zodi hasn't got out of the tutorial area.
I was wondering about that.
I like reading the things, War Wasps.
I was curious about that. I was wondering if that was normal.
I will try to be a little faster. I just like
Hey.
I'm just
Zoomer.
making fun of you for fun, I don't mean that.
I know.
This is your stream.
It's funny though. Severe internal damage detected. Oh, don't worry, there's gonna be some external damage soon too.
This is your stream. You can go at whatever speed you want.
Yeah.
Extremely Final Fantasy X, this is your story kind of voice.
Look at the zoomer. He's so spiky.
No, no, I mention it. He does laugh a bit like Tidus.
A little bit. Brain hemorrhage attack.
It's-
Creature's aim will be hindered. Oh, this guy's
sounds-
brain is bleeding.
Her laugh sounds way more genuine than the deliberately not genuine Tidus laugh.
You know that's
But if that
true.
laugh was genuine,
Hmm?
if that laugh was genuine, she's got that sort of very, she puts the force onto like each of the sort of syllables, I guess, as she laughs in the same way Tidus does. Except she's like genuine.
I
don't know. I don't really see the similarity too much.
I am being ever so slightly roasted, and that's fine by me. Because it used to be people would compare my laughing to fucking Kira. The like Death Note guy.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that doesn't seem great, probably. If I had to guess.
Yeah. I mean, I've told this story before of like this one time in high school, our science teacher was talking about ions and cations, and he says the good way to remember what a cation is to think of it like it's a cat, meow. And he did the meow noise and did like the hand motion, and I broke down laughing so goddamn hard that everyone in the room backed up against the wall. and they were all very concerned about me because I had fallen out of my chair a little bit as well because of it.
Oh no.
That's understandable to me. I have seen you almost die from laughing before.
It's been my fault, like at least probably a double-digit number of times by this point.
Probably! Oh, I Shriek Bat, you know, an easy to get scan. Just kind of here, behind a box so that we cannot properly scan it.
So that
stop shooting.
that story you told and the whole sort of cat meow thing
Yeah?
is very much relates. Very much makes me think of that one conversation from In Stars and Time.
Ugh.
Make the cat paw with your hands so you don't cut your fingers. Yeah.
That is very
Yeah.
good. That is good, yeah. Also, acid
Nya
burns
nya,
have-
cat's paw, can't cut my fingers, nya.
Like what?
Acid burns have welded the joints of the exoskeleton. That's
Is
bad.
that good?
No, that's you kind of need your exoskeleton not be welded together to move. It's like
I
your
wouldn't
bones.
know as I don't have an exoskeleton.
An
I
exoskeleton
don't know
is
about
like
you.
an
Do
exoskeleton
you even
is
have
like
an endoskeleton?
is like a jacket
Yeah.
that you. It's
I
like
probably
bones
don't
that
even
you
have
wear.
bones.
You are a ghost.
I haven't checked in a while.
That is true. This game is beautiful. I am sorry it's taking so long. I'm just a weirdo. Like scanning all the things.
If you play Metroid Prime without scanning everything, are you really playing Metroid Prime?
No.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually.
yeah, you are playing the game. You're just
Have
going
you
to bed
ever
a little
beat the
slowly.
game having scanned everything? It's really difficult.
I
That's
have.
true.
I have done it for
I've
all
never-
of them multiple times.
I've never beaten the game because I always like lose attention to this game when I try to.
But my
Entirely
experience
different.
with the scanning thing is like, I'll intend to scan everything because like, I like reading the stuff. But then I find out that, oh wait, this boss I fought 5 hours ago has a unique scan that I didn't get because I didn't realise that you have to scan this one particular thing in addition to the boss itself, and now it's gone forever.
Yep.
Quadratus and his 4 goddamn scans that you have to do is a nightmare.
There's a very specific point that's pretty early in this game that I think made me stop because it didn't work for some reason.
That's... I feel like I might know where that is, but continue.
No, take a guess, actually. Guessing games are fun. Yay.
Heck. I'm smart, but I'm not that smart. It's one of the...
I thought you said you had an idea.
It's one of the platforming segments in Findrana, I think.
No.
Okay, where... Ah!
During the plant boss, like, Flagra
Ah,
or whatever,
yeah,
I couldn't sidestep for some reason. It just did not happen, so I stopped.
Oh, that's me.
That's reasonable. Ah, there we go. It's missiles that make him ragdoll.
I've seen my brother play through Metroid Prime a number of times, and Prime 2, but we never had Prime 3.
Please
I don't think he
insert
liked that one as
metallic
much either.
sphere to open door. I like Prime 3 a lot, but the Wii controls make it really fun to play for me, so that's why. It's not a great game by any sense.
I liked Prime 3.
Yeah. Energy that
That's
flows
fair.
through a series of locking mechanisms.
I think my brother only played it, like, once, and I didn't see that, or something, I don't know.
Okay.
Or maybe he didn't play it, I'm not sure.
That's fair.
He's not a big video gamesman these days.
Yeah. Death caused by removal of internal organs. You know, normal.
Yeah.
There's something funny about how that is both specific and not specific at all.
Yeah.
Like,
I do love it for that.
and also, like, whatever technology is in Samus's scan visor is like, wow, no organs, huh?
That's not... No! God damn it! The mist turret knocked me back into this room, so the door closed. I can't believe I have been so completely destroyed. Oh, there's another turret! Forgot that there was 2.
So, Aya, when are we gonna stream Super Paper Mario, and then you're going to choose no after the 30-minute intro, so that you have to see all of it again?
I mean, I was going
For completion, you know.
After Thousand Year Door, to be sure. After Thousand Year Door is Super Paper Mario. And I was going to do that, you realize.
I wasn't entirely sure if either of those things were in the plan. But it was the only thing I could think of that was deliberately taking a very long time to do a thing in the intro.
The good news is, that game is probably going to be emulated, so I would save state.
Did you do the same thing for Custom Robo? That one optional game over?
I think I did? I don't remember. That has been, like, memory hold after 1,000 years. The only thing I remember is the sequence in the science lab where every single individual bench in the area had unique dialogue for examining it. And
that game is so wacky.
I love Custom Robo.
If you examine every bench, you get the memory of bench, and you might find an item if you like keep checking all of them. It's not really worth it, though.
No, not really.
I think it's funny. After you got those memories, you kind of got bored of checking the things. Even though you then learned that you would get stuff. You had confirmed that things are gettable, and now you don't care, because, like, you've started to realize that you have more than enough items by, like, a factor of many.
Yeah, I have more than enough items just normally, and I rarely used items in that game. It wasn't a I will never use my items thing, it was just I never needed to, really.
I don't remember if the save station is in the original build. They think it might be.
I'm pretty sure there is a save station in the intro of the original.
Recall.
That's fine. I mean, it makes sense. The intro does take like 50 minutes to get through.
Oh, damn it! When I first played this, I did miss that save spot and did have to redo the entire thing.
Oh, Zodi.
These creatures still contain a heat signature. They have not been here for long. No life signs detected. Analysis detects large amounts of blood missing from the carcasses. Oh, goodness. Time for the most iconic opening bit of the game. It's one of the most iconic parts of Prime.
It is a pretty good part.
On that.
They did.
This entire intro has a feeling of the Alien movie, and this is like the big confrontation. And it rules! Look at this thing!
As I recall, Metroid in general is very inspired by aliens.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Recording to
Yeah,
logbook.
it's even got Ridley. Ridley Scott being the guy who made Alien.
That is
That's
true.
true.
This is one of the more iconic bits in Metroid, though, yeah. The parasite queen just crawling down the tube. Parasite female queen, genetically enhanced by unknown means. A weak spot has been detected in this creature's mouth. Use your auto-targeting to acquire this new target. If you don't scan enemies, you do not get to, like, know what their weaknesses are, which will make the game more difficult. This is why you scan everything. Scans indicate the
Unless
presence of a potent
You
mutagen.
know what their weaknesses are.
True, but I don't know if you can actually, like, target the mouth unless you have done the scan. I think you probably can, but, like, it doesn't automatically
Pretty sure.
target it. Creature exhibits
I
the
like
ability
to
to fire
remember seeing
weapon-grade
speed
blast
is
energy.
like
Considerable results.
Okay, but why did they put a hole in the blast shield?
I feel like that's not normal. Ah, gotcha.
And why can the parasite queen do this?
I don't think this is a contained thing for the Parasite Queen, is it? I think she's just kind of loose. And is
Yeah.
chosen to be
Wow,
queen.
it's a lot easier than I remember. Right, no, this is the engine. This is the engine. It's not supposed to be here. The gaps in the thing are to prevent the heat from the engine without killing everybody. And now that we've shoved a giant monster into it,
Wait,
Evacuate
that
immediately.
isn't that supposed to be longer than that?
yeah,
Or am I just being confused by the pace of the rest of the intro?
No, this is just no, that went a lot faster than I remembered.
Yeah, I'm not sure. But also, like, I don't know, it could very easily be just a sort of. She's better at this game than any of us will sort of remember first fighting the Parasite Queen.
Minimal injuries assessed as he gets turbo exploded by that. Oh my goodness.
Now remember, you are on a time limit at this time.
I know. Just trying to make sure I don't miss anything. All the space pirates here are still.
Samus is at a museum and the fire alarm goes off, and then she pulls up like the scan device and says, "You have 5 minutes to escape the building before it collapses." And she's like, "Okay, that's enough time to see all the exhibits."
Well, I mean, she's gotta see the animals. That just makes
The
sense.
animals at a museum.
I mean, not alive animals are still animals.
Fair enough.
No.
The next Metroid game will take place in the Space Museum ship, and there will be a zoo sector.
That would be.
I mean, they've already kind of done that with Other M and also Fusion.
Well, no, those aren't museums. Those are like
Space.
space environment station
Technically,
things.
Basically museums.
Basically. They're just science museums. These parasites, we've already scanned them.
Derek mentioned stuffed animals, and now I'm
Sorry, what?
animals that are alive in Super Metroid or whatever.
Yeah, that was what I was referencing! Go in!
Uh-oh.
That can instantly kill you, by the way.
That makes sense.
Forgot it was there.
Does the work ball actually go faster?
Yes. Okay, now here is... Oh no! Ah, damn it. There is a scan you can get here. Anyway, hello! Hello, what a beautiful little guy! Look at this guy!
No. Oh no, he's way too big for Smash Bros.
They modified his design a little bit in this one. Oh, is the thing not here anymore? There used to be a scan about him here. Oh wait, no, it's over here. Subject Meta Ridley. Cerebral casing stable. Exoskeleton seal holding. Beginning umbilical retraction. Here. Meta Ridley. Weapon update complete. Stinger ballistics online. Plasma fuel cell online. Cool. And made in part robot.
I'm happy for him.
Likewise. This is maybe for... No,
Mecha's like a robot, he's just a cyborg.
yeah, true. Deck Alpha. Hooray, we did it! Yeah, Meta Ridley, not Mecha. As said, a cyborg. Also, ouch. Oh, I hate when I get exploded into a wall and lose all my power-ups for some reason.
Don't let Ridley like GM a tabletop RPG. He's gonna like make sure all the enemies behave in the most optimal way possible instead of realistically. It's really terrible.
Yeah, that...
Yeah.
Room is depressurizing. Depressurization complete.
I don't know, the time limit makes it seem like there's more pressure.
Does it though?
That one got me.
Stroll that's Zodi's team.
That did get me pretty bad, actually.
I'm here to make dumb jokes.
I'm here to appreciate dumb jokes.
Hey, we made it off to the space station.
Hooray! Under an hour. High five.
Those unanimating space pirate bodies just like wiggling randomly in the void is something I forgot happened.
Yeah, same. Tracking on enemy target has been lost. Ground-based recon required. Begin landing sequence. That's a question that Giza will be able to answer better than anyone else here. I think I prefer the little bird more. I'm aware of Moopsie.
I love Moopsie. Moopsie is delightful.
Moopsie is
And it's
delightful from what I know.
But also, like, Moopsie's not scarier because Moopsie is just like...
Moopsie is like a friend, right?
No, Moopsie is not a friend.
Oh.
Do not approach Moopsie.
Okay, I will not approach.
Moopsie is adorable.
This is this is a Doctor Who reference, by the way. If you don't know.
It's not.
It's not?
Moopsie is
Right.
from Star Trek Lower Decks.
Oh, right, yeah. I was
The cartoon Star Trek that I like.
I was thinking of the Meep, which is from Doctor Who.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
good.
nothing about Moopsie, but I also cannot be intimidated by Baby Ridley because it's really funny that Ridley's a Pokemon.
I agree. I love Baby Ridley so much. Anyway,
I
that's
think I do not like Baby Ridley. I think the whole concept is stupid. I also just dislike Ridley's entire involvement in that game.
I mean,
Not just the plot stuff, but also his design's just bad in my opinion.
I mean,
I
It's
mean,
so dumb with that weird sort of beak, duck beak. This sort of. Hi,
Qwerty.
Qwerty!
yeah, QWERTY is here. Hello, QWERTY. We just got out of the intro because I take too long scanning everything.
I'm waving at the screen, but you can't see it.
Same.
I do this a lot, actually.
And yeah, Yiza and Robin have been politely entering the stream occasionally. Just like, because they want to be
Pretty
here.
consistently at this point.
Yeah. See? QWERTY agrees with me. This is the best way to experience Prime.
Hey, I never said it was bad. I just think it's funny.
True. I was saying to all the naysayers.
No, I think you're missing the point. Any number of between 1 and 3, not 4, but like 5 would be fine as well. Good numbers for enjoying Prime.
Oh. Well, wait, no. 1 is not a prime number. We have to remember this,
Oh,
or
that
else
is
we'll
true.
die in the raid.
That is true. Scanning everything will maybe let us get a missile tank before stream ends. We will get missiles before the stream. Don't worry. Tangle.
Also, to clarify the thing about Baby Ridley, I also agree that that's stupid. I just think it's funny. That's all.
I am also
Hilarious,
there.
But I still don't.
That's
It's just so bad.
I agree it's stupid and find it funny, and also I do want to hug the Baby Ridley. But yes,
I would
moving
only
on.
hug Baby Ridley as step 1 of suplexing Baby Ridley.
Valid.
Here's another part of the whole Baby Ridley thing I just don't like. I really don't like the way it sort of implies a sort of genetic evil to him.
That's
Yeah.
a good point, too.
I do agree on that, and you cannot get that yet. And I wanted to try and scan it because I like scanning things.
Honestly, they do the same with Metroid Prime, kinda. Not Metroid Prime, MB, or whatever her name is.
Madeline Bergman, if I recall correctly. Why do I remember
That
that?
sounds correct.
Why do I remember that? Oh, why am I-
Sometimes
water.
we do not have control over our own brains.
Fair point. In the water
And by
now.
sometimes I mean off them.
I was
Welcome
trying-
to underwater.
Yep. I was trying to show off the thing. I don't. Oh right, I don't have the charge beam. I can't do it.
Now that we have been underwater in Metroid Prime for 1 second, I have remembered Torvus Bog exists again.
That's two though.
I know this, but I've still remembered it.
Yeah, Torvus Bog is a lot. I like this lichen. Lichen's not usually blue. Also doesn't usually have a low level of radiation to it.
Purdy, the DK rap is in my head like every single day.
Actually, Madeline Bergman is a scientist. MB is Melissa Bergman. I see I have been Dr. Frankenstein.
You're thinking of Madeline Bergman's monster.
You can pay 9999 channel points to make the DK rap happen on my stream in a way that's really strange.
It's very
So,
good.
you
Ow!
know.
I'm trying to... Stop hitting me, I'm trying to scan you. Seedling!
You could destroy the first one and scan one that's farther away
See, that would be smart.
to be safer.
That would be smart and safer. Plant-based ground feeder. Dorsal spines can be ejected in self-defense. Stop doing that. This is the normal tank.
You lost 35 health. You have to backtrack to your ship to heal now.
I'm fine.
You're still missing 24 health. You have to...
It's fine. Ah! Oh, right, yeah. Cutscene, because Impact Crater. God, this area is so cool. Everything about this game that is good is made even better by the
Yeah.
remastering. there are later areas where I'm going to be glad I have people here with me.
Recording to log.
Pirate data. Log 10, 3080. Field team reports are in on an aged structure of alien design built on the surface of Talon 4. Studies show this structure projects a containment field. This field bars access to a prime source of energy within a deep crater. Science team believes the field is powered by a number of strange Chozo artifacts. We have found some of these relics and studies on them have begun. As this field could hinder future energy production operations on Talon 4, we must dismantle it as soon as possible. If this means the destruction of the Chozo artifacts, it will be done.
Oh wait, did I say 24 health when you're missing 25 health? Shoot. Curses.
Because you don't have 100 health, you have 99 health.
No, I just missed my math. I know you have 99. I think.
Okay.
Did I say 26? I don't know.
I don't.
I did something wrong.
I appreciate the like this. Oh, I guess it did. But yeah, I appreciate the space part being like, we came to this planet and there's some weird alien stuff here. And it's just Chozo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is alien to them. But to Sam's it's like, yeah, I know these birds.
This place looks beautiful. I forgot that there's... Oh, right, if you look up, the raindrops fall on your visor.
The remaster no longer has all your shots and any other random energy bolts illuminate the environment. I forgot that was the thing. It doesn't look like they are light sources, from what I can tell.
So that is one thing that is missing from this video game.
That's a shame.
That is a shame.
They screwed up the transparency on the doors too, apparently.
Oh yeah, the doors look weird.
I was gonna say how I think it's neat that when you shoot a door that doesn't open with what you're using, the bullet bounces off of it.
Yeah, I do like that. The bouncy bullets is fun.
So this room, I hope this isn't too spoilers, but one of the doors leading out to it takes you straight to the double jump, and it's possible in the original to do a special glitch strafe jump right off your ship and go straight to where the double jump is, and it opens up so much of the game really early on.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
recall
about this when I was younger, and I was like, wow, that's so neat. I don't feel confident in my ability to do tricks, but like, if I pull this one off, then I could have a very different experience of playing through the early game, and I'd love to experience that. And so I go look up how to do it, and it says, this doesn't work on the PAL version, they took it out. I was like, why? Did you just remove a glitch that, like, isn't going to negatively impact anyone, but would have let me have a fun sequence break experience?
Yeah, that is a shame. Beetle.
I assume
burrowing
it's
insect,
gone in this version
resilient
as well.
carapace, extremely aggressive. The insect's massive mouth enables it to tunnel through solid rocks at high speeds. Above ground, beetles can cover short distances rapidly. They attack anything that moves near their lair. Well, I'm sorry, beetle guys, but I gotta blow you up. Yeah, my health is fine. Also, the story time. These beetles remind me of the bugs from Starship Troopers, but I've never seen the film. I've only seen the cartoon CG show about it.
Oh, that sounds awful.
It was bad. I do not know about that, Varric. I'm bad at speedrunning. I know this may come as a surprise, but I'm not a speedrunner. If they wrote all this dialogue, I would be remiss not to read it.
Recording to log.
This is not a creature. This is an orb.
An orb can be a creature.
You know, that's true. That is true. This orb is full of sap. And also, if you break it, it'll explode. That's one hell of a defense mechanism. Oh.
I feel like if any game required you to make your disc greasy, a SpongeBob game somehow feels like it makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. That reminds me
You
of
gotta
when-
you gotta cook the Krabby Patty or whatever? Question mark.
Recording to log.
Oh yeah, the little blast caps. Volatile chemicals within this weed's toxic fungal cap may explode if agitated. The poisonous flesh of the blast cap keeps it from being eaten. Also detonates its fungal cap when it's sensitive to slight contact. And if you get close to them, they start wiggling real excited because they don't want to get touched. Which is valid.
Oh yeah, there's like there's other speed runs where you have to like make sure the cartridge overheats to a certain degree.
Yeah.
There's some where you
Also, hello,
swap.
Samantha. Glad you could make it.
Hello. There are
Zoomer.
some where you swap games to a different game.
Ah, yes, that one.
Speedruns are fun.
We actually have a world record speedrun holder. Multiple world records, in fact.
No,
Oh,
no,
right now. No? No?
All of them got beaten.
Ah, darn. Well,
Forgot.
there is one that you have.
There is one that I technically have that is shared by like 50 other people because it's a 1-second record and I thought it was funny, so I
And
got
also, you were a world first on some of those, so that matters.
it. That's true.
The Geemer, which is different than a Zoomer, wall-crawling mollusk with retractable spikes. The Geemer is an evolutionary offshoot of the Zoomer. When threatened, it extends lethal spikes and retracts hard deep into its armored carapace.
Oh yeah, Cordy didn't know about that, I guess. So there was a speedrun category for Splatoon 3 side order called sus%, where the goal was to quickly make your little like inventory color palette thing look like an Amogus with specific rules, and there were separate categories for every weapon choice, and I was the first submission for, well, not necessarily, because when mine was verified, there were like a couple other ones actually.
Okay.
But I was world record holder for heavy splatling and dualies for a bit, but those both got beaten.
Blood for the blood lily. It shoots explosive poison at you. Like pretty much everything on this planet, goodness. Kill this creature. Kill this creature
No,
by shooting its own explosives so that it sets off the explosives that blow it up.
A classic. So apparently the way to get me to speedrun is to have Splatoon meme speedrun categories, specifically.
I mean, that's pretty valid. Oh no, this requires...
That does make a lot of sense considering how much I like Splatoon and also how much of a meme lord I can be, I guess.
There's no missiles in my pocket. So I cannot kill them.
Or a meme lady, I suppose.
Meme Duchess.
Hmm.
Ow. Yeah, no, you don't have a barony. You can't be a Duchess.
I don't think I want a barony.
Likewise. Land ownership is the lot. There is like a 70% chance that I will switch to motion controls at some point. Oh, Memmark. Memmark. That's really good, Samantha. God dang.
Wait. You're not using motion controls?
No.
Is there like gyro option?
There is gyro option in this.
I would recommend it, but I'm Splatoon player, as we've just established. So.
I would use them too, because I am more used to using the Wii controls for this game, because that's the most recent memory I have of playing it. But I didn't want to spend too long adjusting the controls to make sure they work properly, because this is my first time opening it. And as you know, I like to be expedient in what I'm doing.
Of course.
You know me, always rushing through things.
Mm-hmm.
It is... I will bring it up since Cordy asked. There is the normal dual stick, which is like a real console shooter. There is pointer, which is you use the gyroscope of the Joy-Cons to do aiming. This is similar to the Wii control scheme. There's hybrid, which combines the classic control classic controls with motion aiming. And then there is classic, which is the GameCube turn and pivot. You can be the turret Samus if you want. Yeah, I have 2 sticks. I will be using 2 sticks. Or motion controls, as the case may be.
I'm double checking and it looks like my records are very beaten by now. Like,
dang.
at least 4 or 5 minutes faster on each one.
Abnormal seismic activity detected.
That run is like very RNG, and I think there are ways to manipulate the RNG of side order to the point where people do seeded runs, even though that's not officially supported.
That is wild.
But I don't know how to do that, so.
Something I do wish they removed, or at least allowed you to turn off, is if you take too long in the video game, it will point you at where to go, and it will not stop bugging you about it.
You can't turn that off in this one? You could in later ones.
I don't recall if it
I recommend checking the options menu.
Yeah, I will do that again.
I believe there's an option for like, oh, hint system. It was right there.
Oh,
Hint system.
okay, I thought that was off. Well, okay, that is now off. Also, other things
There we
that you
go.
can do, you can adjust the opacity of the HUD. You can change whether the helmet parts are visible or not. You can remove the helmet lag, which I think is one of the coolest things. Extra alerts. Oh, that when you unlock concept art and stuff. There's color assist, which is good. There is also in controls here, you can make it so that when you jump, the camera automatically faces downwards.
That's nightmare. Why?
Well, because some people have difficulty platforming in first person.
Oh, that's true. 3D platforming, like first person stuff. But that sounds really disorienting to me.
Yeah. There's also the European and Japanese voice acting for the narration that we have turned off.
Oh.
Because no one wanted to hear it. Which I'm fine with. I had no interest in it. But it is neat that that's an option. Anyway, these pillars are very old. Oh, Chozo lore. Forgot there was one just like right here. The history of the Chozo stretches back into ancient times, so far into the fog of the past that we know not where our ancestors came from. One thing is clear, however, the Chozo who colonized Talon 4 made a conscious choice to eschew a civilization of advanced technology. We Chozo chose to live in a harmony with nature, guided by the providence of the universe. We believe we will spend peaceful days here and plan to leave our words from time to time. Thank you, Chozo, for leaving your words from time to time. I like hearing them. Ah, this place looks beautiful. It's like an autumn day on a sandy beach. Bugs everywhere, ruins of dead civilizations off in the distance.
Yeah, typical beach.
Missile power-ups just kind of like waiting in the corner. I did not have problem with the TWEWY pointer control, but I've only played the Wii version of the sequel, not the original on the Switch.
I'm just imagining a beach where they have fenced off the missile power-ups like they would fence off a turtle nest or something.
That's
so that nobody can get to them.
That's pretty funny. That's pretty good, actually. Yeah. Kinda goes.
I guess pointing the camera down when you jump does make sense, and maybe I don't fully understand what that means, but it just... No, the bird!
You can't shoot the birds. But yeah, the
Don't
reason,
be rude.
The reason is because there's no, like, way to tell where your feet are in this game, because they do not have the feet visible.
Honestly, it's already kind of disorienting to just be looking down and jumping, I've learned in the last second.
Yeah, it's a little weird. And yeah, see, there's a lot less to scan in these areas. These leaves appear to be unnaturally dried and withered, as if some kind of draining happened. Some kind of death. These stones appear to have fallen from the walkway above. Just forgot that there's just a little scan you can do, like, there used to be a bridge here. It doesn't exist anymore. It's slightly more inconvenient for you.
Here's a thought experiment sort of thing that I'm
Yeah.
thinking about suddenly. If you were in charge of, like, placing scannable stuff in a game like this, how difficult would it be for you to not make literally everything scannable?
Oh, that would be very, very, very difficult.
I think I would have problems with that.
War Wasp Hive. Primary War Wasp dwelling, only vulnerable to heavy weaponry. War Wasps build their homes over existing crevices using whatever materials are close at hand. They carry building fragments back to the construction site with their forelegs and give them that's glue. Glue them into place with adhesive secreted from their abdomens. So, normal bee stuff. The wasps do also have hives, but they're different from beehives because they're different creatures.
Because
obviously.
wasps are jerks.
Recording to logbook.
True enough.
They really are.
Scarabs.
I keep
Exploding
also the
parasites that
wasps.
can embed their bodies into solid rock. Scarabs think nothing of sacrificing themselves for the safety of their swarm. When a hostile life form is sighted, they block its progress by embedding themselves in floors and walls. Embedded scarabs violently self-destruct when threatened. Accidentally let go of buttons. I vaguely recall their explosions being maybe slightly bigger in the original. So maybe that's also a little reduced. Eyeball.
Recording to
Gross.
logbook.
Eyeball. Ion. Immobile organisms entirely composed of ocular tissue. Capable of launching sustained energy beams when active. The ion is sensitive to light and will close shut if a bright flash ignites nearby.
Oh, I think my funny joke was cut off.
Oh no, what was
By the
your,
internet.
What was your funny
I was
joke?
just saying, but where's the cat ion? Yeah.
Aw.
I also remember those beams being orange or something.
Beans?
The beams from the
Oh.
eyes.
Recording to logbook.
Joe
No, the
Lord.
cat ion does have beans, though, on
Yes.
its toesies.
Very true. Very true. Many long years have passed since we Chozo first took root in this land. The passage of time has always been a source of fascination to us. It is the belief of many Chozo sages that the truths of the universe hide within tumbling currents of time's flow. Even as we search for answers there, however, we find illumination in other unexpected places. We know not how the ability has come to us, but recently many Chozo have become to sense things beyond the realm of ordinary perception. Strange sights and inexplicable sensations flood our minds, filling us with visions. We take this growing ability to be a sign of our burgeoning harmonization with the infinite. Perhaps, finally, the universe's secrets are becoming known to us. Ah, you done did an ascension.
Sir, this is a Wendy's.
Elevated toxicity levels found in tree bark. Scans indicate
Wendy-
a poisoned water source.
State of mind. Is not everything in the universe a Wendy's?
I guess. But
Hmm.
only like specific places are adjacent.
I'm just saying that's
Sandstone,
something that might
yeah.
come out of the words of someone who's harmonizing with the universe.
True. Also, here's something that the Metroid Prime games do that are really cool. This block is sandstone. In red text. If you ever encounter something that is sandstone or adjacent to that, you will know that you use a specific thing on that.
Oh yeah, that is the...
In this case, morph ball bombs, which we do not have any yet, because we do not have a
Oh, is there like a vehicle of some sort in your environment? I heard a lot of beeping and some other noises that I couldn't identify.
Yeah,
just
that
for
was
a
my dad.
second.
That was my dad driving away.
Okay, fair enough.
War wasps.
Recording to logbook.
War wasp, airborne insect equipped with a venomous stinger capable of shearing steel. rarely strays far from its hive unless it's pursuing an immediate threat. It attacks with no regard for its own survival, dive bombing its enemy with stinger extended. Fast-working toxins from the stinger can incapacitate most small organisms. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was just going to say that this was evidence that wasps are jerks.
That is true. These wasps are in fact jerks.
These ones especially, like, say what you will about real wasps. They generally don't attack you for no reason whatsoever.
Yeah.
These ones will seek you out.
Yeah. Real wasps are your friends.
Are they?
I mean...
I wouldn't say friends.
Okay. Real wasps are not your enemy.
Are they not?
As long as you don't bother them,
honestly...
it's fine. And
As someone who got stung inside of my ear by a bee, I might have strong opinions about bees and wasps. I guess.
That's true. That is just very unfortunate. And to be fair, for the longest time, I had to deal with a paper wasp nest in my mom's garbage bin for like a couple years. So I definitely get the fear about it.
To be fair to the bee, I did swat at it instinctively, which probably provoked it into action.
A little bit, but like...
But also, why was it there?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That is the thing I don't like about bugs. They have no concept of personal space.
Yeah, that is probably a large contributor to what is occasionally basically a phobia that I have.
Yeah, which
of insects.
It's fine. It's fine. You can stop talking about this because I don't want to cause any harm.
No, I don't. I'm not bothered by like talking about it really. I'm not bothered by like video game bugs or anything either. Else I probably wouldn't be here.
You know, that's a good
considering.
Point. Well, they got little legs.
Or like some fangs or something? Some sort of weird maw? I don't know.
They're scarabs. They're scarabs, so those would probably be like their leggies because scarabs are a type of...
They could just be called scarabs though.
True.
Yeah, but they're pretty clearly called scarabs and aren't actually.
They kind of resemble what a scarab looks like.
That's why they're called scarabs. They aren't actual scarabs.
Yeah, which...
It's like a catfish isn't actually a cat, it just has whiskers.
That is true. I once almost caught a catfish. Ouch, something bad.
Also, I will always remember that bee that stung me was in the parking lot of a Staples. Damn you, Staples.
Damn you, Staples. Brimstone wall, that means missiles. Yeah, that is a good point, Samantha. The scarabs are very funny. Oh, a tunnel. A place for orbs, perhaps. Also, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen there is a warning indicator saying we should not touch this liquid.
Ah, that's what the beeping was, clearly.
Yes. Warning signs that we should avoid touching the acid food. It would be bad for our suit.
Recorded to logbook.
Plasmite. This is one of the creatures we saw on the frigate. Small insect capable of storing and releasing thermal energy. Plasmites are attracted to the source of heat, thriving on the energy present there. They emit light when hunting and will expel small bursts of thermal energy when threatened. Oh, these guys are just like friends, so I don't need to bother them. Did not mean to scare you, bud. Just needed to Blake that box. I am fumbling my words today.
It's okay.
Yes. So much acid. This elevated bridge looks worn but functional. Who here is ready for a very good tutorial, boss? Missiles!
This jerk. This nasty fella.
He stole my missiles! So rude.
Oh, we like you lot, Squirty.
Yeah. I unmuted in time to agree with that.
Retrieve explosives. And what was it Courtney was saying? Oh yeah, no problem about having discussions about other things. That's part of the vibe here. Anyway,
Recording to logbook.
you have to scan this because this is missable. Yeah, I have plans to play Twoey, the original DS Twoey, with QWERTY. I just need to find a way to set it up so that we can both play it at the same time. Anyway, Mechanoid, Hive Mecha security unit programmed to work with predatory Hive dwellers. The design flaw makes the shielding on Hive Mecha weak around their access ports. These units are second-generation combat drones able to interfere with organic units at a higher level. They train, shelter, and work with Hive-dwelling predators. Unarmed, they rely on their Hive beasts to handle threats.
Recording to logbook.
These little bastards are also missable. The Ram War Wasp.
I was gonna mention it if you didn't scan
Yep.
them, because
I wonder if this remaster makes these, like, less missable somehow?
It does not. So, you may notice on the mini-map in the top left corner, there is little orbs following us. This is how you determine where they are going when they are so fast. And this is your tutorial about how constantly spinning around to try and follow them is maybe not the greatest idea in the world. You have to have some patience sometimes as a bounty hunter lady. Because they understood that this game did not really control well as an active high speed shooter. So they made a boss like this where it's like, here's a boss with the easiest way to go about it, not move at all. Wait for your opening.
That is interesting.
Still a bit mean that it doesn't give you good reason to assume that you need to scan the wasps too. I mean, even so many wasps. Surely the thing that's important here is the hive.
Surely, and it's even in red while the others are in yellow. So I will say, as far as missable scans go, this is one of the nastier ones because it is actually quite tricky to tell that they are a different color than the normal wasp.
You didn't scan the missile launcher before you picked it up.
I did forget to do that. God damn it. This is fine.
Time to restart the game.
I think this is fine, because
It is actually fine as far as completion goes, from what I remember. I'm just joking around.
if I did actually miss 100% because of that, I'm going to throw myself off my bed.
No, that one is just a regular missile expansion. If you get another missile expansion first, then it's still basically the same thing.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
I
can
think you
scan
do need to
those.
scan a missile expansion.
Yeah, I do need to scan one of those at some point. And yet, nothing. Yeah, Metroid Prime has a lot of emphasis on the physicality of being Samus, and I quite like it.
It's
Anyway.
really good.
Anyway, we got missiles.
That's what makes this game so fun.
Yeah.
Without it, this game would still be this game. It would still have all the gameplay and everything, but just that extra layer that makes it feel like you're not just playing a Metroid game. You're playing as Samus. You're in her suit.
Recording to
It adds so much to the experience, so much to the atmosphere, so much that just makes it such a unique, memorable, brilliant experience.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
I like that. Oh, sorry, you first.
I was just gonna agree with Varric that the hand signs that Samus makes inside the arm cannon to switch beams and stuff is very cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah, we all love this.
So something
said.
I also really like is For beating that boss, we don't just get missiles, we get a health tank, and we see that there is an area immediately after it that we cannot go to yet. So, good like, rewarding here. Anyway, what were you going to say?
What was you gonna say?
What?
I think you were gonna say something, Isa?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, it's gone from my brain.
Ah, sorry.
Oh no.
You'll remember it. Anyway, we have missiles.
No, I won't.
Okay. Rude. Not trying to hurt you.
Okay, something about Samus just colliding with a bug and taking damage is really funny.
Yeah, that was...
Like, imagining Samus dying from that collision damage is, like, extremely funny for some reason.
Yeah.
And yet, she was always doing it in the Metroid platformers. At least when I was playing.
True.
Same.
There's something about it funny being... There's something about it here that's funnier. Probably, like, the scale of the bug, the lack of aggressiveness of the bug.
Yeah.
Perhaps it's something to do with the fact that they splat on your visor like you just sort of hit bugs on a windscreen.
I didn't even realize that.
Well, next time I run into a plasmite, we'll probably see that again. Scarabs are good friends. Wait.
Ah, you remembered something.
Right, missile expansions don't have log entries.
Oh, right. Only the missile ammo did, and you got that a bit ago, then. That means that, like, health pickups also do if you haven't gotten those, but I'm sure you have.
Yeah,
by this point.
I have been scanning those. But yeah, scarabs are good friends because they are full of power-ups for you to collect. I think at some
Samantha, I'm glad that the Glock is the go-to funny example of a gun for you as well.
That's good.
I am often thinking about, whenever I think it would be funny for something to have a photorealistic gun when it shouldn't, it's always a Glock.
But,
Here's a fun fact about me. When I was in high school and I had like an elaborate idea for a fictional story that I never actually did anything with, really. Well, I tried a couple times. But the villain was named Jonathan Glock in that.
That's pretty
And I
funny.
think that's very funny.
Agreed.
I
Hello,
don't
my
know
name
why.
is Harold Handgun.
I mean,
I
technically...
think Glock is the surname, though.
There were not guns in the universe either, by the way.
That's
It was. That's the best name you've ever heard. I think the deal with Mr. Glock there was that he was like a archaeologist who found an evil artifact that made him evil or something. I don't remember exactly.
Clearly, his family invented the Glockenspiel.
Ah, of course. As a villain, he would probably also go on some kind of spiel at some point.
God, that's good. Scarabs are your friends because they have lots of power-ups. They also have lots of flee in my way and difficult to see in dark corridors.
One of the other things I remember about that story now that I think about it is that I couldn't think of a name for the world, so I just named it Nogard, which is dragon backwards.
That's not the weirdest way to name a thing.
I don't think dragons were... Well, no, dragons were relevant to one of the characters, I think. I don't remember all the details.
You named something, like, I don't know, the character or whatever. What if you named something dragon, but you changed the first letter? Just move it one long.
You mean some kind of god? Well, okay. Here's another thought. Also, that doesn't make it a warlock. here's another thought for you, Yuga. What if you wanted to really, like, specify that this is a world where a lot of time has passed, but it's vanished over time. So, like, some kind of gone era.
Look, I wasn't listening to any of that. You can't make me think, and I never will.
I don't know what that's about. But also, Samantha saying no one in No Guard will ever miss with their attacks made me laugh. Thank you.
That's really good. Lasers and missiles are a kind of output. That is correct. This requires orb.
I wish that it was legal to read a book on stream on twitch.television so that I could do an Eragone reading stream.
That is what I was referencing, by the way.
I know.
Okay.
I caught that. Hence my I would do an Eragone reading stream if I could. I can't guarantee that I would make it through Eragone because I hate it. But it would be funny. Technically?
If you are playing a game while doing the reading, it's probably fine.
Okay, I don't know if I have that level of multitasking ability.
Yeah. If only there was somebody who was also playing a video game at the same time.
I think I would need... Are you suggesting I start reading Eragone right now? Because I'll do it.
No, I am not.
I'll do it!
I am not suggesting that. It just is an idea to think about in a potential future. Like if you end
But
up...
also, how funny would it be if I started reading Eragone right now?
Probably pretty funny, actually. This is my sense of humor talking.
I'll have you know I have the PDF on my computer of Eragone #1, the first one.
Oh no.
No, I think that we should save it for slide 4.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here for that one,
that's
probably. I don't
true.
think Sly is going to be a game that's safe for me to look at.
Yeah,
probably.
that's true.
Yeah, that's entirely understandable.
If we ever play a bad fantasy game, we will do that.
You could play Eragone on the Game Boy Advance.
Don't tempt me because I have ever so slightly some interest in that from seeing it in Nintendo Power once.
I have played a little bit of it, and the face portraits in that are some of the funniest face portraits in any RPG that I've seen.
Hell yeah. Anyways, time to get our favorite shape. Well, no, not our favorite, because our favorite is Triangle 3D. Second favorite is Orb. Oh right, since I have missiles I can do this.
Okay, so...
If you look closely,
Sorry.
Janice's face will appear in the glare.
Yeah, so... Dr. Keiki said, read a single sentence of Eragone every stream, this counts as fair use. So I looked at the PDF and looked at the first sentence. It's not the dedication or whatever. And the very first sentence of Eragone 1 is, wind howled through the night, carrying a scent that would change the world.
God damn!
And I think that something about that being the first sentence is very funny, actually.
Yeah. Meanwhile, boss time. Ouch!
Recording to logbook.
Also,
Lady
Razir
Beetle.
said it would be funny, but I would be categorized as a demon if I did. That's valid, I think.
That's fine, demons are good.
There is a
Demons are neat.
There is a DS Eragone game as well.
Oh no.
Apparently. Well-armored burrowing insect, vulnerable only in the rear abdomen. Creature's thick cranial plating can repel frontal attacks. This gives it an advantage in combat, allowing it to make ramming attacks, only surfacing when it detects vibrations above, then maneuvers itself so as to always face its rival, keeping exposed abdomen protected. This time is a boss teaching you to move as well, and to like really use the sidestep.
Oh, I'm already irredeemable for reading one sentence of it. Whoops.
Yeah, you're not irredeemable.
Also,
Anyway.
Curdy mentioned Wheel of Time, and now I'm trying not to ramble about how much I don't like Wheel of Time also.
2 missiles, that's all you need.
Eragone and Wheel of Time are like the 2 book series you mentioned if you want to activate my complaining.
I'm not familiar with Wheel of Time at all. All I know is that they got Brandon Sanderson to finish it.
I don't know who that is.
He's an author that is not great.
Here's what I'll say about Wheel of Time. I'll say two things about it. Thing number one, it's very misogynist. Thing number two, it's like the fighting in it is written so bad, especially when swords are involved, which is most of the time. Because the way sword fighting is described in the Wheel of Time is that people go through sword forms. Like, it's like he flowed through apple blossoms on the wind into heron snatches the silverfish. I'm looking at a list of the sword forms.
I hate that so much, it makes me want to die.
You, as a writer who is good at fight scenes, would specifically hate it a lot, I think.
I am livid just hearing that again.
And you know what else is great about those
I can't
things?
jump without the boost ball. My life is terrible.
So the Wheel of Time wiki has a list of all of the sword forms, with each having an individual page.
Cool. What do they do? What does any of this mean?
A lot of the pages say that we don't know anything about the sword form because it's never described.
Oh wow.
None of them are described, they are just stated. Some of them are described, like cat dances on the wall. Apparently, looks like a surprised cat scrambling up a wall.
That's not a dignified way of sword fighting. That sounds like
Randall Thor cut down a Trolloc with this form while escaping with the horn of Alair from Padon Fane. During the duel between Rand and Bilal, one of them used this form, and the other used the boar rush downhill to counter. Gawain Trakand countered Sleet's use of the Viper flicks its tongue with this form. Thank you, Wheel of Time Wiki.
When people say they don't like fantasy media, this is what they're talking about.
Also, every Wheel of Time book got progressively longer, and like most of the main cast is unlikable. I could complain about Wheel of Time for at least an hour.
Incredible.
In fact, you know how stories have like character development, where someone will start out kind of like not great, and then maybe they'll get better over time? Wheel of Time has inverse character development, where everyone gets more and more shitty.
Oh no. That's impressively bad.
I mean, part of the reason that everyone gets shitty is like because like war is hell and the world is hell, and also the assigned male at birth half of the power source of magic makes you gradually go insane when you tap into it. Because it's a very misogynist book series where all of the women are mysterious and conniving and control the magic. And it's bad. It's bad. It's bad.
That's terrible.
I hate it.
Sure.
I might hate it more than Eragone, actually. There's no assigned male at birth in that universe? Well, they consider it like the male half of the power. I think it's literally called the power. Am I wrong? Hold on.
I've heard that the Wheel of Time series is trying to make it better by like not.
It is the one power. Excuse me. There's only one of it.
The power from Masters of the Universe, like by the power of Grayskull, I have the power. I watched the Netflix version, the Netflix He-Man cartoon, and it's really funny because they just keep fighting over like the power of Grayskull, whatever, but they only call it the power, and I don't know how true this is to the original because I never watched that. But it's very, very funny that they're like, now I have the power, He-Man.
I'm pretty sure that's accurate. Oh, hey, more Chozo lore.
I'm sure it is, but it is so silly. It's hilarious.
The surges of negative energy brought by the book talk far exceed our expectation. We Chozo have yet to find a way to rid ourselves of the great poison. All we can do now is seal it away and wait for the day when a power to purify the poison appears. However, it is already impossible to collect all the pieces of the great poison that is already spreading into the planet and hardening. Whatever.
Eric, I think that's correct. I don't know all of the Wheel of Time lore like extensively, But that sounds correct, considering that there's a fundamental harsh divide between male and female in like how the world works, like metaphysically, or something in Wheel of Time.
I remember...
The one power emanates from the true source, which is made of two complementary parts. Saidin, the male half, and Saidar, the female half, says the wiki.
No, Sidon's that fish man from Zelda.
Yeah.
Well, that's the better one.
Yeah.
Also, you know what Wheel of Time and Eragone have in common? They both have an extremely elaborate glossary of made-up language words in the back of every book. Which is,
That feels extremely wannabe Tolkien.
yes.
You know what I know about... Oh. Lava. You know what I know about the Wheel of Time series is that you take all that gender essentialism nonsense, the TV series, the Netflix adaptation, the movie, the whatever, it attempts to make that better by having trans people exist.
Good. I think when I saw that Netflix was doing a Wheel of Time thing, I probably yelled no in a dramatic way or something.
Yeah, and also, QWERTY, that is a good point of, like, yeah, it uses the names of the forms used in fighting to be, like, shorthand for this is the action they're doing, and like, yeah, that's realistic to real-life sword forms, but that's not compelling writing.
It doesn't mean anything
Especially if it doesn't tell you
you're
what the sword
reading it.
forms are.
Yeah.
I found one of the ones that specifically is not known, and the wiki says, Cutting the Reeds. Cutting the Reeds is a sword form. Other than the name, nothing is known about it, and that's the entire entry.
Yeah. And it is an understandable thing to do, but it feels anathema to somebody who wants to, like, make a choreographed fight scene, because you don't just say, and then they hit each other. Because that's effectively what it says. What this is doing, it is saying, and then this guy hit this guy using a method that allows him to do it. Yeah, it would
Like,
have a lot of names like that. That is true, of course.
See, if the glossary in the back of every book included descriptions of what the sword forms meant, then maybe the fight scenes would be anything.
Yeah, that's a thing. That would be interesting.
Only like a
actually.
few of them are explained, or like some of them have like a purpose explained, but not what they look like. So, like, if you're reading a book, if I'm reading a book at least, I would often be trying to, like, mentally imagine the scene in my mind, right? And when there's a sword fight scene in Wheel of Time that is described with a number of phrases that have no meaning, I can't imagine it. It just doesn't work. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't quite work. This symbol has been activated because I looked at it correctly.
Imagine having a mental image. Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not great at mental image having sometimes, but I guess I do have one, so I don't know how reading a book is like if you don't, which not everyone has.
I have heard that is difficult.
So I did not mean to be like,
Into logbook.
yeah.
Yeah, it's no problem. Imagining a JoJo fight scene, but it only ever lists stand names and never specifies what they're actually doing. Yes,
Time to make a JoJo parody where all the stand names are named after Wheel of Time sword forms.
That would actually be kind of interesting. The Reaper Vine.
You just, like, okay, you don't visualize. That's fair. Like, that's just how I read books, I guess. Though I don't do a lot of book reading, to be honest.
You do a lot of book learning, though.
I do a lot of book learning.
It looks like a meteorite a little bit. I will say the game, and this might just be because of my environment, it could be a little brighter. I'm having a little bit of trouble in the darker areas.
If all of these columns are roughly the same length, there are at least like 90 sword forms in the Wheel of Time. So even if they were described... Oh no, oh no.
I'm okay.
Even if these were described, there would be 90 of them to keep track of, or like 93 or so. Which is a big ask.
Yeah, that's a
think.
lot. How do I get over there? I don't remember.
One of them is called Emptiness, and it's one of the ones that isn't known about, which is kind of funny somehow.
That is... That feels like a good joke.
Yeah.
Ah! Ah, it's so foggy in the screen.
There probably are brightness settings.
There probably are.
I forgot that somebody had the last name Mandragoran in this, and I misread it as like Mandragon.
The women are all
Which
very
would have been
similar
a
to
bit
each
worse.
other in mannerism in a way that feels like some kind of weird cliche, but according to people who've met her, this is pretty much a description of the author's wife.
Ah,
Concerning.
that makes it worse, I think.
That does make it worse.
But yeah, like when I say it's misogynist, that's part of what I mean. Like, all of the women are like conniving and plotting and scheming all of the time. And like, they make all of the men angry, and like there's always arguments, and it's just like, any of them that don't start out conniving and scheming end up as that later as part of the negative character development trend.
That feels, not great.
Part of this is because the extremely powerful organization of magical women, which, by the way, subjugates the magical men because they're half of the one power or whatever is making them evil. But anyway, the extremely powerful like group of magical women that is like has a significant amount of like power and authority and all that is like, I think it also teaches them to be conniving and scheming generally. So that's something.
I don't like this. Never,
It's bad.
I'm going to tell everybody a funny
Done the
story
wheels
now
in time.
about this room. So this room has an upgrade in it, and the upgrade is not optional. Like, you require it to progress. But you require it to progress a long time after you would be done here. Now I want all of you to consider very briefly why I know this.
Wait.
I have once, like when I first played this for the internet, played through this
And
entire
didn't
game
fully
without
process it.
the upgrade in this room until you needed it in the Phase on Mines.
Oh.
Surely the game at least tells you when you get to sort of the point near there that it's...
Yeah, it does tell you that you need it. But it was a situation where it was like, oh, I forgot.
Repeating phrases like Qwerty mentions, but we can stop talking about Wheel of Time now.
Yeah, I completely forgot to get this thing, and it was a heck of a experience.
It's a really useful, important power-up.
Yeah, I know.
It sucks to miss.
I completely forgot about this room existing.
Ah!
I totally recognize that. I've
On purpose.
somehow remembered enough of Metroid Prime.
This is where you get the charge beam spoilers.
Oh.
Yeah, it's the power-up that tells you where the charge beam is.
Thank you for the
Hey, do you want to hear the first line of? Do you want to hear the first line of dialogue in Eragone?
Absolutely.
Go on.
I'll read the whole little sentence that includes it. He blinked in surprise. The message had been correct. They were here. Or was it a trap? He weighed the odds, then said icily, "Spread out. Hide behind trees and bushes. Stop whoever is coming. ... Or die."
Return to London.
Chosen Lord! Disaster struck suddenly. We had a vague, dark foreboding, and it became true. This is really appropriate! Fuck! A meteor appeared from nowhere, casting a dark shadow of debris over the land with the violence of its impact. Its destructive force spent, the fallen star burned itself out rapidly, and the incident should have faded into memory. But the meteor brought with it corruption. A great poison burst forth into the land, a strange energy that clawed at natural life with a ferocity. That strange negative energy emitted from the meteor expanded to encompass Talon 4 in a night, as a spider weaves a web.
Pretty, I have no idea what that is.
Those are the Lidens are, if I recall, an intentionally write as bad as you can without sounding unserious, and it probably has some stuff that would be like unpleasant for you in it.
It does. I looked and I found one instantaneously. Yep.
Would you do that when you have people to explain it for you?
Anyway,
I have a recurring problem where I do that all the time.
entirely reasonable. I have the star team now.
The reason that they say curiosity killed the cat is partially because of me, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, we now have the charge beam, and also some more extras. Eyeball. So, missiles can't kill these guys. Charge beam can, though.
But yeah, the inherent concept of the little Litens is funny, but I also just immediately saw multiple ones that would be bad for me.
Yeah.
Or were bad for me, I guess.
Anyway, I am going to be right back. I need to go refill my water.
Okay.
Please mug for the camera while I get out of bed and go do those things.
Alright, I guess I'll start reading Eragone then.
Okay,
Just
chat.
kidding.
This or that. Cast your votes.
Oh. Okay, Cordy, those are both pretty good examples that are fine for me to read. There are just multiple that aren't. This is a very funny screen for Aya to go away on.
They're cute. I like the eyes.
They're making a constant, like, eye laser sound effects
Pew,
as
pew.
well. I'm noticing that this Eragone PDF often is missing spaces in the middle of words, or like in between words, maybe. So that's weird. Maybe just a weird... Yeah, there's often like missing spaces for some reason. Another thing about Eragone that I can say is that one of the chapters in the third book, Brizinger, is called I Need a Sword! And I think that's one of the funnier chapter names of a book. I'm just scrolling through arbitrarily to see if I can land on a really weird line. Or something. God, why is this formatted so weird? I forget if he kept breaking a sword. I think maybe he just had a bunch of like he probably broke a special sword that he had and then went through a bunch of temporary weapons that were useless or something. And then he decided to name his sword Fire.
I have returned. I'm getting back into bed.
Hello.
What did I miss?
Not much.
Okay.
I was looking at the Eragone PDF more, and I'm marveling at the weird formatting that it has that I don't know if I can explain adequately in words.
Okay.
There are occasionally places where there should be a space and there isn't, and also there's chapter titles that are formatted weird, like this one says, Master of the Blade.
Huh. One of the only things I remember about Eragone is that the side story featuring his brother was a lot more compelling. There is an evil clown, that may be 2 people, I don't remember, and the passage that you read on your channel a billion years ago about the prison guard with the very fancy nails, and about how Eragone
that sure was a thing.
was an awful torture man. Anyway.
Well, I don't think Eragone was in that scene at all. Like Eragone himself.
The later scene where he's like torturing a guy.
Oh yeah, I think he does do that probably. I don't remember. I forgot Eragone had a special sideways scimitar apparently.
That is very silly.
A sideways scimitar?
That's what Samantha said. He learned to parry weird, so they put the grip on at a 90-degree angle. Apparently.
That's not how swords work.
It is now. Look, when you name your sword Fire, you can do anything.
I guess.
It's still weird that his sword is literally named Fire. Oh, the thing I brought up that got the sword discussion started when you were gone is that there's a chapter in the 3rd book called I Need a Sword! Which is a funny chapter name.
That is a funny chapter name. I'm not forgetting this. So, we need to find the bombs. Because we need morph ball bombs to progress. So, I'm jumping around trying to find them. Oh! I really like the in-air mobility you have in this game. There's a dog. Ah! I'm fine, the dog is outside. I just fell incidentally to the dog barking. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can hear it.
Okay.
I found a fight scene in Eragone just by scrolling randomly. It's very dry. Eragone swooped down, grabbed the stick, and hurled it at Braum. The splint got in his way, though, and Braum easily sidestepped the piece of wood. The old man rushed forward, swinging his sword. Eragone ducked just as the blade whistled over his head. He growled and tackled Braum ferociously, etc.
Okay.
Seems not very exciting.
Luminescent cylinders functioning at 80%. What do these luminescent cylinders do? And why are they only functioning at like 80%?
They're lit up red because they're on alert because I'm reading Eragone on stream.
This is the bad reading alert.
Yeah.
I love the music.
Wait, in German Discworld, the publisher added random scenes of characters enjoying German soup prints.
Yes, that is a thing. They added scenes to like as in-book advertisements, if you can believe it.
So I've never read any Discworld, and I don't know a lot about Discworld, but I feel like that's something that would be in Discworld as parody.
Yes.
And they just inserted it as like not parody, but it probably came off as parody because it was in Discworld, question mark?
I disagree. I don't think that would be something that Discord would do, because Discord is very... It's very true to like its internal sort of logic, and it's not the sort of thing to sort of break its sort of... It takes itself seriously, at least in terms of the
consistency
world
and like
itself.
The world and
One
stuff.
of the great things about Discord is just how cohesive and complete the world feels, and so
Right. Yeah.
Like,
it sounds like the way it was done was
referenced.
okay. Fair enough. I didn't know that.
If something like that did happen in Discworld, it would be like commented on by regular people of like, why is there a commercial break happening? What is going on? Something like that. If it did happen
in Discord, it'd be explicitly because of like fairies or something.
It would probably also not be real brands, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Oh no, because like the closest of you're going to come to that is like the book Moving Pictures, which is all about how the Discord responds to like movies becoming a thing, and it turns out that movies are basically just this weird extra-dimensional force that sort of uses people's attention and sort of belief to create a gateway to other worlds so that like mysterious monsters can break through. And so they have a lot of things of like this Holywood, which is where the movies get made.
I haven't
There's
read any
the
Discord.
statue that's based on the Oscars. Bunch of weird stuff that sort of warps the world around sort of the movies, and it's meant to be like what I'm saying is that if characters did something to some commercial break, it would have to be within the logic of Discord. It would most certainly be something like that, where it's like something else from external the natural order of the universe taking control of people's minds, but it also wouldn't be like just goofy thing happened.
Yeah. Anyway,
Fair enough.
Incinerator drone, programmed for high-temperature waste disposal. Device's schematics indicate a high risk of malfunction when internal power core is damaged. Unit has minimal combat programming, but can defend itself if necessary. This drone's intense heat blast compensate for its lack of battle prowess. This is also a missable boss, and also, you'll notice that this hive doesn't have a scan, but says it's the primary barbed or wasp dwelling. So who's ready for inexplicable drone that gets helped by bugs?
Yeah, it's peculiar.
Because it is time for the third type of war wasp. Airborne insect with the ability to launch its stinger at prey. A highly aggressive member of the war wasp family, this insect can propel the tip of its stinger up to 20 meters. The stinger tips regrow seconds after launch and contain an acidic compound designed to pre-digest prey. Gross. Yeah, this boss fight is very funny. Because it's not doing this on purpose. It just is coincidentally aggravating this hive.
Yeah. Also, these wasps really messed up by putting their hive directly above the incinerator.
Yeah.
Considering that it's the only wasp hive that you can't just missile to death. Like, this is the single worst place they could have put it.
Yeah. What's happening there? And there we go. Hive destroyed. Because the hive is destroyed, the incinerator overcharged. Morph ball bomb. Structural weakness. Behold the spear!
That is a long jingle for an item get noise, which you really start to notice if you ever watch like a Super Metroid 100% speedrun.
Yeah.
It's constant in that.
Okay, so bombs let us jump manually. That makes sense.
Oh, you got bombs.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Because I got bombs, I got more missiles. Also, because we have the charge shot, we can now more easily see that if we do a big explosion, you can see Thomas's face reflected in the visor. And that is wild, and one of my most favorite things of this game. Like, recognizing that was happening was very cool.
Bark.
Bark, bark.
Woof. Dog sound.
What would you know about dogs? You're a cat, kind of.
Gasp! She got me. I have nothing to say in my defense.
Basic systems.
Wait, did you say kind of?
Device
I'm definitely a cat.
You're
should
more of a
operate
ghost.
once power has been restored.
That's true.
Recorded to logbook.
You can be a
Standard
cat
morph ball
and a
slot.
ghost at the
This
same
slot
time.
is active. Inserting the morph ball and detonating a bomb will usually cause these slots to send electrical impulses that can activate different types of devices. Everybody makes jokes about the devices that are powered by bombs. But also, this is Chozo tech. There's no reason for it not to exist.
Chozo just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I mean, the bombs in this are explicitly like a burst of energy being released,
Yeah.
as opposed to usually how they depict morph bombs as like physical explosives.
Yeah. Get in the thing. This is timed, by the way. If you don't do it correctly, you'll get destroyed by the acid. It's still timed, right? This is fine.
A lot easier to do now that you don't have to wait for a bomb to explode to do a mortal jump.
Yeah.
Also, there's not really that much to scan in here, so that part of the timing doesn't matter too much.
True.
It's on those big frog things.
I did scan that already, though. Rolling into a ball is a common enough ability among the Chozo that they just put orb switches all over their infrastructures. Yeah, that is pretty funny. That I will
They
agree
were
with.
very flexible.
They have the power of meditation.
Now I'm just wondering, for some reason, if this is an accessibility issue for some Chozo.
I mean, possibly. Like, that would make sense. It'd be unfortunate.
Now, the stupid thing about Ridley being a chicken would be a bit more interesting if there's like they did some lore of being like implying the space pirates had kidnapped like I'm not saying kidnapped, but just like bioengineered Ridley from Chozo DNA or something. And that's why he's a bird, but like
Maybe.
he chases the dragon instead.
An idea a friend of mine came up with is that Ridley is not just a person, but like a class of like if you are a Ridley, you are one of many genetic duplicates of him that deposit your memory into like a database, and that is the sum total knowledge of all Ridleys that exist.
That could make sense, I suppose.
It's an interesting idea, but I just like the idea that Ridley is just a normal space dragon who's really mad all the time.
I like Samantha's idea that the morph ball was invented as an accessibility tool and then adopted on a wide scale.
That I also agree with. That's cool.
I have found myself wanting, on a lot of occasions in real life, to be able to turn into a sphere to more conveniently navigate my environment, and I don't even mean that as a joke. I live in a place with hills. It'd be nice to just, like, roll down instead of having to walk.
That's fair. Ah, the bomb jump.
There's no reason to be doing this. There's nothing up there that I can get.
I was ready for you to be doing this for the next 10 minutes, at minimum.
Yeah, no. There's nothing to do that, and I cannot do secret breaks. I'm not fancy. I don't even think you can do the thing that I'm trying to do there. Don't you stop! Stop shouting at me, Dad. So this direction exists purely to get that one thing, and whatever else is in there.
If there were a Metroid RPG, would there just be like a bunch of Shriek Bat variants that were like Yell Bat, Scream Bat, Shout Bat?
Maybe.
Like as you continued through the game, they had to make stronger recolors of the bat.
That's pretty good, actually. I like that.
And then one of the variants has a stealth tactic, and they're the Whisper Bat.
Yes.
And they're very spooky.
That is incredible. I'm glad everyone's having a good stream, because it seems like everybody's having a good stream.
I'm glad to be here.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
having a good time.
Hell yeah. Please stop. Max, stop it.
I bet you're going to tell me to please stop reading from bad books and talking about them.
No, I would never say that.
I think I ran out of talking points for now, but still. Ah, the 433 bat, of course. A classic.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to find places of of sandstone.
433 is
not this way.
funny to me for multiple personal reasons. There was one time a long time ago when I did like a bunch of Let's Plays as someone else, basically. There was one of them where I got a comment telling me that I was really annoying how much I talked, and they wanted me to shut up, because that's a classic comment of Let's Plays. Everyone receives this comment, I'm sure. And my response to that, being the person who I was, and also being a troll even then, was to create a video of me playing Super Mario Bros. With the mic audio on, but I never said anything, and it was only the environmental noises, and I like labeled it as like Super Mario Bros. 433, and I wrote an elaborate description about like what each act of each movement of the piece meant in the YouTube comment or the description. And I think that same person came back and commented "fuck you" or something, basically.
That owns. That's actually
it was
funny.
good. It was great.
More missiles. Just put these in my pocket. And fancy, but inaccessible.
I think I even had the game audio, like, you couldn't hear the game audio either. It was only like the controller button pushing and ambient sounds, and that's it.
See, that is legitimately a very good, like, move.
I heard last time I heard 433 whatever mentioned was actually earlier today. I saw it in a post on Mastodon how apparently some teacher was complaining to their students that they couldn't listen to 433 because them sort of hearing like all the birds and whatever, they just hear protesters outside and protesting Israel. What the fuck do you think that listening to the environment means?
Birds only, apparently.
The game has been saved. Yeah, Batman. You do that. Let's see, there's a couple other places I can go. Like, really, I should finish doing this central area. Do I have to rescan all of these? Probably. Yes. I have to redo them. Oh, right, there's one here.
I completely forgot about scanning runic symbols being a thing at all.
It's only here and in the charge,
I
What
see.
is that?
if I recall anyway.
Well, I wouldn't know, so.
There's 3. Come on, come on. Settle down.
Recorded to logbook.
Venom weed, poisonous plant that retracts into the ground if threatened. Venom weeds evolve to thrive in the habitats of large organisms. They lure prey with the brightly covered leaves, then detain it with tiny barbs that deliver a powerful toxin. Venom weeds rapidly decompose anything that succumbs in their midst.
God, yep, I can easily find my video of Let's Play Super Mario Bros. 433 and the description of it.
Incredible. Who's ready for, like, the big boss?
Sorry, I'm busy laughing at myself from like 14, 15, a billion years ago.
Absolutely no problem.
But I could read the
I still
description,
love
but that
old
might be a
things
bit
you
much.
did. I still laugh at some old things you did.
Good. I do too, but also I cringe at myself in the past often.
Likewise. I have done things in the past that are very cringeworthy.
The description for this does use the incorrect pronouns for me, because I was somebody else, but that's
True.
understandable.
Yeah. It's hardly your fault that that's the case.
Yeah.
Now,
An excerpt of the description. First movement, Mario sets off on his adventure in strange lands. The section ends on a triumphant note as Mario realizes the power of fire. Thank you, past me, I guess. Oh no, there's a typo in the description.
Oh no!
Oh no, there's a bot in your chat.
Oh no! A cutscene is happening. I will kill it.
Oh no,
That's
there's multiple.
okay. Home menu pause. And
Oh right, I can't do anything. There's a mod here.
I will fix that after stream.
Oh right, I'm not a mod either.
I
I
used to
forgot.
be.
I will fix that in the future.
I never remember how to moderate on Twitch.
Slash mod ether.
Your username is a little more complicated than that, but still.
Yeah, I've been wanting to change my username for a while, but I don't know what to. Because I want to just be ether, but I can't.
Wait, one of the bots was named I Hate Liars, and liars is spelled wrong?
Yeah, let's not analyze the robots.
Yeah, I know.
The robots
it's just
are dead.
weird.
It is very weird. Anyway, Flagra.
Iconic bug.
Boss that I probably stopped playing the game on.
Recorded to logbook.
Flagra. This mutant plant is the source of toxic water in the ruins. Flagra's growth cycle has been radically accelerated. As a result, it requires near constant exposure to solar energy to remain active. Donkey Kong Country boss. Kind of, Samantha. This exposure has made Flagra's outer shell thick and durable. Its lower root system is unprotected and vulnerable, however. Exploit this flaw when possible. Concentrated weapon fire can daze it for short periods. Which is to say, use Flagra, it'll fall down a little bit, but that is not going to get you.
Oh, it looks like the comment just, like, yelling at me for this video is gone now.
Oh.
But I can see that it's 15 years old, God!
Oh,
The passage of time.
I don't like that time changes.
likewise.
Me neither.
So,
Anyway, Metroid.
we knock Flagra down by depraving her of her light.
Depriving.
And then blow up her root system.
This makes the plant flash red.
Yeah, that's damage.
Wait,
Nice.
this is how plants work.
I love how this thing looks. It looks so...
It's a big space mountain.
Yeah, I love it.
Flagra will read your memory card and tell you what games you've played.
So, you've been playing Super Mario Sunshine.
I haven't been, but I appreciate the assumption that I've been
I
playing
see you
such a
collected
good
all
game.
of the blue coins.
That I did, Mr. Mantis. And, it was unpleasant.
My sympathies. That's probably not what Psycho Mantis sounds like. Not exactly.
That's close.
I was just doing a silly voice.
That's pretty close, I think. Rumble's
That's
back,
probably-
baby! That is
That's
the thing
closer.
he says in the, I did not notice it was back there.
Is that MGS4?
Yes.
Or is that like Twin Snakes? Okay, so
That is MGS4. If you have a controller that has Rumble on it, he's very happy that you're using superior technology.
that's silly. I think you did a pretty good Psycho Mantis voice.
Thank you.
Did you scan everything?
I did scan the vines and Flagra, so
I think-
yes.
I think it's just those two things.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Logger's not dead yet. I keep expecting bosses to be dead instantly now because of how quickly like the first few exploded.
Yeah, Flagra goes on ranges. The other ones that up to this point are pretty... nothing.
So this is kind of like the first major boss fight,
Yeah.
maybe.
After this boss, the game's title appears on the screen and the game drops.
Ah, of course.
No, he hit the thing and then messed up.
How does Flogger put the mirrors back? I imagine there's probably a switch inside the flower that Flogger presses when they get really small in between phases.
Of course,
Clearly.
the last one I hit is on the opposite side of the Flagra. Damn it. Look what I have done to myself.
Is there actually a limited amount of
Yes.
time to do this? Oh, as seen here. Okay.
If I fought the boss in one too good, it would be unsatisfying.
Sure.
I mean, the Parasite Queen fight was kind of that, but that's more on the fight than not you, I think.
No, ma'am. Ma'am, no. No! Bad.
The slightly cartoony, like, sound effect of the mirror being flipped back over, as if someone got hit with a frying pan,
Yeah, that's
is pretty good.
About
There we
Parasite, she is very much a tutorial enemy.
I know.
And I don't just mean that in like she's a tutorial boss. No, she's a tutorial enemy. She's the first enemy you fight that does like anything to you. And so it's your introduction to like you need to consider the sidestepping and like line of sight and shots and stuff.
That's fair.
Yeah. And so Flagra has been defeated, and the lands have been purified. Good game, everybody. We're done.
Yay!
Clearly, this is the great
Congratulations.
poison. After all, it was a gigantic poison.
A poison had a flower growing out of it.
Yeah. flower that...
It's so poisonous and how can flower? Checkmate, atheists.
Please tell me I can believe this. Okay, God.
It'd be really funny if you couldn't, though.
You later can jump on it. For some reason, it has no interaction now? Anyway.
Yeah.
Varia suit. I'm gonna say this. As everyone probably knows at this point, and the random foliage, I have no idea. I would assume Flagra trying to regrow itself? Asterisk? But yeah, so the thing about the Varia suit is that it was probably intended to be the barrier suit. But I don't care. I think that's dumb. Varia suit is actually much cooler, I think.
It also kind of makes sense, at least in English, as like variable temperatures or something.
Yeah!
I think that's what I always kind of thought it was supposed to be until I learned about the fact.
Yeah. Here's the other fact about the Varia suit.
It makes Samus T-pose?
It does. Kind of. But also, probably one of the best designs of a character ever. I think this is genuinely the coolest.
Samus is very well designed.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
Flagra trying to regrow itself as some ferns. Maybe it might be that it was trying to like struggle to make other plants to stay alive. If it helps any, later on this room is haunted, so maybe it was just ghost stuff happening. Robin,
this whole stream is haunted, though.
That is true. I was just about to say, Robin, you're an expert at ghosts. What is your expert opinion on ghosts?
Do you think that all humans are experts on humans?
No. You've got a good point. Also, now the water is safe, and I did not expect it to be this deep and almost screamed.
I don't know anything. Is basically safe to assume.
Water in video games is scary.
Various suit. I think it's got a lot of inelegant design choices. I think that the shoulders are very silly, especially when you actually factor in like real human anatomy.
Yeah.
Like, especially the Metroid Prime Varia suit. It's just the shoulders are so wide it looks uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But I think that the Varia suit's design was perfected in Metroid Dread. I think that it just comes together so well there.
I would agree.
I kind of assume a few different things about the shoulders. Like one, something about the nature of the suit itself would support the weight of the large shoulders, and their shoulders could easily be like a storage or energy generation type thing somewhere. I don't know.
Another thing
they could have some sort of
like a
purpose.
cooling system, considering
for that, yeah.
That's the main difference with the Varia suit. But no, my thing is that like
we're here.
The width of the chest and shoulder portion is just so wide that it just looks like the shoulders have to be dislocated to fit her in the to fit her in the suit.
Yeah. I mean, she can turn into energy to become a small sphere, so...
But that's not the suit. No.
Another fun thing to consider is that this power
I forgot
suit,
it wasn't the suit, actually.
Yeah, it's the morph ball part of the suit. Like, it's a special power upgrade. Cordite.
Still, I'm just... Anyway.
Cordite, I think, is super missiles.
I think so.
Oh, right, you can scan a destroyed hive. This hive fucked up. This hive's super destroyed, but it will get rebuilt. Time for data! I wish I didn't have to hold the scanning button to read these. That's like the one error of this game. The cries of this dying land echo in our ears as we Chozo watch the great poison seep ever further into the living pulse of the planet. The dark energy sinks into the trees and waters, devouring all life. Peaceful beasts die by the thousands. Some creatures survive, but their forms grow, as twisted and evil as the force that fell from the sky. Many of these mutated monstrosities remain small enough to do little harm, but others grow enormous and threaten our very existence. One such beast defiles our sacred fountain, disgorging poison from its foul form, replacing pure, flowing water with cascades of creeping death. Even in the face of such horror, we Chozo do not turn in fear. We are all that stands in the way of this great poison, and it is our duty to contain it. I like how, if you are actually, like, scanning things, which you should be, the thing you encounter after the boss that feels like it is, like, clearly this is the source of the great poison, is a data lore that says, that ain't it, Chief. That's not the great poison. This is just a little poison. This is an additional poison. This is just like a Pokemon from Kanto. Because Kanto has a lot of grass poison types, is the illusion I'm making there.
That got entirely cut off by the internet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Kanto has a lot of grass poison types, which is the illusion I was making.
I heard that part, but I didn't know what the illusion was because I only heard that part.
Oh, I was talking about how this is the little poison. This isn't even a big poison.
Anyway,
we could go down to Magmore Caverns. Ow.
Magmore Caverns, iconic.
But first we're going to explore a little bit. Oh, right. This is the room where it happened. No, this is the room after the hive mech.
Yeah, where the E-Tank was.
Yeah. So now we go to Magmore Caverns. There's other places we could go to, but we'll get to those.
Weird about that, Bertie.
It is a little weird because, okay, so what are all these other things made of? That's a good point.
Okay.
That's a fair point, yeah.
I would presume that it's like this is too dense to be destroyed, but because all those cordite things said that they were also like cracked.
Yeah, I think the scan visor is searching for structural instability in objects.
Yeah. He's ready for
Probably
one of the best musical tracks in the game.
It is a bit funny that you just happen to sort of get the tools to deal with specifically the objects that the scan visor notices. It doesn't notice, like, I don't know, something that can be melted by an acid beam that you just never get.
God, this music's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's like a remix of Norfair or Prince or something.
Lower Norfair Super Metroid is the one that they remix in Magmore.
I'm glad you know that, because I don't. I like this game.
My
I'm not smart about
Metroid
it.
game. My first Metroid game was Prime, so this is basically the first place I heard this music, and it's just such a powerful rendition of it. It's so good. I love how oppressive and kind of mystical it feels. It totally fits the vibe of like the ancient Chozo's
Grisby!
love for caves.
Grisby is an incredible name.
I forgot there was an enemy named Grisby.
The Grisby's carapace has been fused together by superheated air. This barrier stands up to everything but concussive blasts. Intelligence is limited, so it just runs around. Also, the other thing Sorry, you first.
Oh, I was just going to respond to something Qwerty said,
Okay.
which was kind of unrelated to what you were talking about already.
Yeah, but the other thing I like about Magmore Cavern is the music hasn't started yet.
Yeah.
It hits with the heat.
It does.
But yeah, with what Qwerty's saying, how it's like it draws attention to itself with the sort of what you can destroy and what you can't, the sort of very arbitrary nature of the way things are designed in a sort of very gamey sort of way.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's just a consequence that happens anytime a game tries to more thoroughly integrate like the game mechanics and world design in a way that feels kind of well you're playing Metroid Prime, you know what I'm talking about. It's really nice how they've
It feels atmospheric.
Like
atmospheric and lived in, but with the consequence of maybe seeming a little too gamey. They call this.
I don't think it's. I think it's that like if you're playing a game and it just says you can blow up cracked rocks with the bomb button.
Yeah, that also feels video game. It's like two sides of a same scale.
It's more the contrast, I think.
Now for the real
like,
music. Yeah.
There's the music. Yeah.
There you go.
Also, that Burrower, the data lore entry on it said that it's ignorant.
Wow.
As trying to say that it is not smart, and it's like, no,
There's a difference there.
The Burrower is such a charismatic enemy to design. Why is it a racist? Anyway, the Magmore of Magmore Caverns. I adore this. This is incredible. Everybody's really excited about Sandworm because of Dune, but I'm here to tell you, Lava Worm, that's where it's at.
Well, the sandworm's not particularly impressive.
Yeah.
You can just cut it out.
You kind of got broken up a bit there, Isa.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying the sandworm's not very impressive. Like,
A way you could justify destructibility without making it primarily material-based. Like, that's probably possible, but I'm guessing the material thing is just their attempt at mixing, like, the world building and stuff with, like, a signposted game mechanic that was, like, something you could remember and keep track of, kinda, I guess.
yeah, I mean, if you really wanted to, you could just go on with this forever. Like, why does the scanner tell me about this piece of architecture but not this piece? And ultimately, you're in a position where it's just like there's only so much the game's gonna do.
Like,
For
you could...
readability or just for like because they only had so much time to write a bajillion lore entry. Or
You could have something like this wall looks like it could be broken with a significant impact of concussive force or whatever, but I feel like that would be more difficult to like identify what that meant and remember where that was. And like this wall is made of
missile. Like, is that a missile? Is that a super missile? Is it a bomb?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is that I think
When you get
later
to know
Prime games
understand
do
what
that.
sandstone relates to.
Oh really?
Like they mentioned like a concussive force could hurt it, which is a hint for missiles work best on this. Anyway, we're blowing up these adorable little puffer guys. And this is the area that I remember hearing people talk about how they would look down to be sure of where they are and then do their jumping.
Mm-hmm.
It's like,
that's fair.
yeah, interesting of a way to go about things.
I feel like the jumping is mostly like generous enough in this game that you might not need to do that.
Yeah,
from what I remember.
But people who are unfamiliar
I think
with
there's only some
shooters
parts
like
of
this,
like
it's it's fine to do that.
I love Tribots.
I'm just saying that I don't think there's a lot of super precision platforming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite Metroid enemy name is still the one in Super Metroid that's named Ouch.
That's pretty good. No! Please do not grab me! I am not a friendly board to grab. Grab my friendly bomb. No! Triclops is destroying me. There we go. Perfect. I remember this room being very confusing as a kid. Don't know why. Ah! I pulled on the cord on my headphones and almost knocked myself over.
Oh no.
I'm okay though.
Yeah, that sounds like we can get to.
What does that mean?
I am a bit of a clumsy sometimes. It happens.
Yeah.
I am also, so I get it.
I love those little guys. Annoying when they're in my way, but they're definitely friend-shaped. That's a lot of lava. Oh, that was not a jump I could do. I thought I could do that jump. I could not. That is categorically what the words I said mean. Dropping 100 life energy like that? Wow, this game is a lot more generous than I remember.
Yeah, if you go back to some of the older Metroids... Well, actually, I could be any of them, I don't know. I'm not a huge knower of Metroid, but like, if you go back to Super Metroid, I swear you have to kill so many enemies to get your energy back.
Yeah.
They don't give good drops. This game's nice. This game was made by people who understand that maybe sometimes you just want your energy back.
Yeah. I like... Ah, right. This bit. Are you a new turret? No, you're not.
Done.
The only thing I don't like about Magmore Cavern isn't even really Magmore Cavern's fault as an area. And that is that it is not actually, like, that important of a zone.
Guess. I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, not really.
It's a very memorable location, regardless. But yeah, I don't remember there being a boss here. There could well be, but nothing comes to mind.
There is
so,
not, actually.
if you particularly wanted to have a big fight against the lethal lava lad, then yeah, I can totally understand why you'd feel a little let down.
I can do this. I caught it a little bit. There we go. Ice Spreader. Man, I'd like to have whatever that is. If only we had something to destroy Bendesium.
Shouldn't be too difficult. Doesn't sound particularly structural in these things.
Yeah. Of course, it is also a tube in Metroid, so you know what you have to do there, like, implicitly. remember as a kid the fact that you just like blow up the Magmore's head is like that's rude. That's crazy. That's super graphic for a kid's game. That's how I thought as a kid.
Good.
Whoop. Oh right, that's the path we have to take. Whoop! Up! Ah, magma! I forgot that that area is not closed in and you have to be careful.
This kind of counts as precision platforming, I guess.
It's a kind of precision platforming. Well, let's try that again, shall we?
The idea of a stacking jump scare of enemies is pretty funny.
Yeah, knowing me, I would fall for it. I am very easy to scare.
I feel like that would go from being frightening to funny at a certain point. Like, even if you're bad at jump scares, I think there'd be a point where you just like have to laugh.
Yeah.
Then again, I really don't like jump scares, and I don't know if I would.
First try.
I have no idea how I would react to like the majority of horror elements, including jump scares.
Yeah, I'm not big on horror. Like, horror themed stories and stuff can be fun. Horror? No thank you.
I like
I feel like
horror
there's a
games and movies. But I like horror movies, but I like good horror movies specifically.
I think there is a decent chance that if I were to play like a horror game and like react to it as is a popular thing to see people do, I would just laugh at everything.
Valid.
That wouldn't shock me.
What?
Valid, and
That wouldn't
would
shock me.
her.
Okay.
Talent of the Wild West. Forgot that this is where this went.
Also,
Oh no, I have been.
also Cordy said boo.
I love you. I love you, love. I love you. I am sending hugs and kisses your way. Love you, love you. Goodness. This Sunday, we're back to Artanelico 2 as well, as a reminder to you fine folks. Ah!
I had to find it.
Okay, that was a little put on, but it did slightly startle me, because I was like, oh, what was that? what in this video game makes a boo noise? What have I done? Oh right, there's a missile down here.
It's the missile expansion. It passively makes boo sounds when you're near it.
That is incredible.
Somehow.
What's even open? Where is this? I don't remember where this is at all.
I should check if the Mario Golf like Toadstool Tour voice samples are easily accessible. Because one of Mario's taunts just has him going, boo!
Yes, perfect.
And it always made me think of him addressing Boo instead of like booing somebody.
Yeah, 'cause it's very difficult to make Mario seem like he's legitimately mad.
Yeah.
Mario's just such a nice guy.
He's a friendly fellow. I forgot I had that somehow.
If only we had the rapid jump, we could go further up here. Oh, look, there's another blood flower. Another blood lily.
Hey Mario, what do you think about Metroid Other M?
Why did I laugh at that?
I don't know.
Oh right, this area. This is one of the places I was going to consider going back to before resuming the game.
What if the other M was Mario? What if they re-released Metroid Other M, but you play as Mario instead? Is this anything? Not really.
I'm thinking about the ridiculous finisher moves that Samus does in that game. Like,
God, I forgot it.
Like, just off the top of my head, the one that is most favorite of mine is charging up the plasma beam to just uppercut Ridley in the jaw. But as Mario.
God.
Mario using that rabbit gun that he gets in everybody's favorite
Or just
XCOM
his up
game.
special in Smash Bros.
That would also work.
Really, it would have coins flying out and everything.
God, yes, perfect. That would be wonderful, actually. I do like the mental image that puts into my brain.
I mean, I guess you can just literally do that in Smash Brothers now.
You
But
can.
still.
That is true. That is an option. You're allowed to punch Ridley in the face.
Yep.
I forget what's down here. Place that I could have gone earlier.
I wonder how many people specifically wondered who would win in a fight, Mario or Ridley. 'Cause that's pretty specific.
In my experience, a lot of people probably did.
People love who would win in a fight as a question for fictional characters, but Mario and Ridley is a specific combination that I
An
don't know if a
enemy
lot of people would
approaches.
consider.
Bisected brioche with 10 mooks.
What's going on here?
That was a raid. Thank you for the raid, Brioche. I quite appreciate it. Hello to the new raiders. You did not raid when we were right about to finish this time. We still got a bunch of time left in us. But yes, hello. I'm glad you like our avatars here. The little icons. Yeah.
That's me.
I should say.
I am the Ace Cape.
Yes, that is
Heck
my
yeah,
friend
for
Robin.
me.
That is my friend Robin. Yiza is
Hello.
on my shoulders there, and I'm the normal-looking person because I am not creative.
It's more like she's behind you, I think.
Yeah, she's just behind me.
Lurking.
But yes, hello.
I love Ace Cape. Great PlayStation series.
We are playing Metroid Prime 1. I shouldn't be here. Flying Pirate.
Oh, you
Pirates
shouldn't?
trained and equipped for airborne assault. Extremely agile in the air, but the heat signatures on their jetpacks can be tracked with thermal imaging. While their missiles are extremely potent, their jetpacks can be even more so. If the pack fails, make a suicide strike. Huh.
Envis Frank just became Ray's friend.
Wait, are you somewhere you're not
Thanks for the
supposed to
follow.
be?
Yeah, this isn't like a sequence break, but this is not a place that I am prepared to be at. Thank you for the follow, though, Enfys Prank. I appreciate it. Look at him go! I did not expect him to just leave. This crate appears to be the same type of container found on the Space Pirate research frigate. The material seeping out from the ruptured metal is highly toxic. Analysis indicates that this may be the Phazon compound the Space Pirates are using in their biological experiments. But yeah, I should introduce myself a bit. I am Zodiac. I am doing these streams every Thursday and Sunday. Sunday I stream with my girlfriend Qwerty. We are currently playing through Artanelico 2, which is a janky PS2 RPG that is... what we are doing is that we're playing the original translation and the fan translation side by side to do a comparison of it. So that has incited a lot of interesting discussions. And for Thursday, I just stream whatever I want. I was going to stream Sly 4 today, but I made a mistake, so instead we're streaming Metroid Prime Remastered. And I hope you enjoy if you choose to stick around. I'm also a published novelist. I am the author of Cursed World Initial Sparks, which you can find on Amazon. Give it a read. It's not very expensive.
It's good.
Links in the description.
Yeah.
Yeah, links are in the description. And also, this is my good friend Robin. She streams as Boreal Robin.
Hello.
She's recently been doing Monster Hunter Stories too, and is very good, and one of the best streamers that I know. So definitely watch her stuff. Especially because soon it will be back to Final Fantasy XIV for her, when she's done a stream of all of Final Fantasy XIV from beginning to end, with her character Sucro Funk. It's very cool.
She's a
Yeah,
cat.
that was a long stream.
Yeah.
It was not one stream, it was a lot of different streams, to be
Yeah.
clear.
Right, we cannot proceed without the grappling hook here, and
Hey, you didn't advertise Isa, she's cool too.
Hi,
Isa is very
I'm
cool.
Isa, and you won't find out what I do until it's too late.
Oh
Isa is Robin's partner. She is a
True.
friend of the stream. I'm not going to go any further in this direction because I hate water in video
These
games.
favorite problems.
no.
I am the cause of all of Zodi's favorite problems.
I don't know what that means, but
Didn't know you
I
worked
feel like
at
I also
Capcom.
cause a lot of problems.
Mostly I just make jokes to her, and she laughs at them even though they're bad.
Hey, that happens with me too, though.
They're not bad. They're just alternatively funny.
Alternatively, excuse me. Anything that's more insulting.
That's not what I meant. I
How dare you?
find your jokes funny. We have fun here.
Oh.
Is the thing. We have a good time. We have to do a lot of reading now because we have the ability to go to the crater site. And if I want to get all the scans, which I do, we have to go there sooner rather than later.
Not really.
I mean, if
Isa, I think we team up to cause all of Isa's problems, thinking about it,
Excuse me. I
sometimes.
think you'll find that sometimes I'm the only one pumped.
That's true.
Therefore,
But I'm just thinking about how I also cause problems on
you
purpose.
do, and I love it.
I'm thinking about how in Dungeons and Dragons I break the combat and you break the NPC interaction segments.
I also
Yeah.
run D&D for these goobers.
It's true.
Okay, many lore to read.
Recording
I still think
in
about how there was a boss fight and I used a paralysis wand and it stuck, and then the boss never recovered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Throughout our living nightmare, as we battle with this unyielding darkness, we chose to see a light. This light glows with promise, chasing the shadows cast by the great poison, and purifying that which has grown toxic. It is strange, though. At times it looks to our eyes as if the light coalesces into the figure of a woman. Burning brightly, the luminescence descends from space, then retreats back into the infinite blackness from whence it came. When this prophecy comes to pass, when the light recedes, the Chozo's long vigilance of containment will finally come to an end. It is good to have clearly defined team rules. This is true.
Also,
You know
I
what?
forgot something. I gotta give Isa credit. She also breaks combat encounters. I forgot about the infinite alchemist fire you let us have for a minute.
Hey, I do more than them.
Also,
I
something-
also put enemies in darkness so that they have disadvantage on all their
Yeah.
rolls. And then you, well, once upon a time, back when you were playing a character who could see in complete darkness,
Mhm.
you would then just go in and cause them to melt.
I forgot about the darkness component of when Radna went Metal Gear Rising on a boss fight.
Yep. And then there's all the people that turn into animals and the invisibility stuff.
that is pretty
Mhm.
cool. Enfys.
Also,
Honestly, I miss Radna already.
Also,
she is wonderful.
here's a cool thing.
Admittedly, it has been like 2 years.
in
Yeah,
this
that's
in this area, it's got this little observation window that looks like the visor of the power suit a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I was gonna make a joke about how I guess the Chozo got the good ending because they got the reveal that something was a woman or something like that. I didn't fully
Recording to
comprehend the Chozo lore.
The containment of the great poison. This task has fallen to the Chozo, and we will not flee from our duty, even as we suffer with the land and its creatures. We will pour our will into the 12, the artifacts which form the lock that holds this great evil at bay in the depths of the planet. This lock must stand up to all who might come to assault it, to preserve the power of the seal and to protect it from those who would meddle for their own designs. We will spread the artifacts across the land, hiding them from prying eyes. The lock must never open until the day comes when this disaster can finally be put right. No opening the can early. Open it only when you have the gun ready to shoot it.
Do not shake before opening.
You have all these monoliths and a cool Chozo, like, totem kind of thing.
It's like super possible to not go to this room until way later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reason why we come here is because we have to, like, I'll explain once we pick up the little Ghibli there.
But like, it's good to go here. It's just really missable.
It's also just really beautiful. I like this place. The atmosphere is really good.
It's a neat area for sure.
Yeah.
Sure is a nice shrine. Would be terrible if something happened to it.
Yeah. This is a Chozo artifact. Collect it, then scan the totems here for clues on the location of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater.
And then you can fight Sephiroth.
Yeah!
We get to see who would win in a fight between Samus and Sephiroth now too.
Yeah!
Now that I think about it.
This is the Artifact of Truth, the first of 12. Scan the totems here for clues on the locations of the remaining artifacts. Together, the artifacts will open a path to the center of the impact crater.
I like the Chozo artifact collected jingle.
Same here. It's got a real, like, mystery magic to it.
I feel like I was gonna use it for doing a bit at some point, and I didn't. But I don't remember what the bit was, or if this is actually something that happened.
Now, here's the thing that is super important about these. If you get an artifact, this goes away. So you have to scan all of these.
Recording to logbook.
In one of Talon's far corners, a grove of life lies. Reveal the pillar beneath the waves to find the artifact of Chozo. What if Genova had been the big breakout character of FF7 instead of Sephiroth? That's a good question, Samantha.
Genova's not really a character.
Yeah.
She's not but
really.
She's like she's not a character in the way Lavos isn't a character. Because she's basically a Lavos.
Yeah, but does Lavos have, like, an avatar like Sephiroth that makes it personal?
No.
No, he doesn't.
Well, there you go.
Well, Lavos does sort of manipulate the will of things around it into serving it.
Yeah.
So kind of
Oh,
like
absolutely,
Queen
but-
Zeal, for example.
Yeah,
but
Queen
not
Zeal.
not to the same
Yeah.
degree. No.
Yeah. Like, when you get to the end of Final Fantasy VII, it's Sephiroth that you're fighting as, like, a champion avatar, whatever, of Genova.
Mm-hmm.
That's not something that Lavos has, because Lavos is just a big eldritch terror beast,
Yeah.
and you're focused more on that. Like,
Within the ruins of our home, we honor our fallen elders in a great hall. A chamber beneath the statue holds the artifact of World. As a kid, this entire, like, logbook area was so goddamn cool.
Recording
It's still pretty cool.
It is! A tall cave stands at Fendrana's edge. Seek the unseen entrance at its top to find the artifact of spirit.
Wow, spoilers. We haven't even been to Fendrana yet.
Invaders have claimed Fendrana as their own. A tower sits atop their fortress. Collapse it to reveal the chamber where the artifact of Elder is held.
Did they write this like after that happened, or?
Well, this is magic, so it's updating as it goes.
I guess so.
The artifact of truth has been returned. And you don't get a little message about it because, like, it's unavoidable. I've always
I
wondered...
think you should be able to scan that pillar right before you collect it, and it just says it's right there.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Recording to logbook.
The heat of Magmor was a test for many warriors. A shrine in their honor holds the artifact of strength.
Recording to logbook.
A sun chamber high atop our ruined home became the nest of a great beast and a source of corruption. Many Chozo spirits have been drawn to this tainted place, release their bond to the world to claim the artifact of wild. Now what's interesting is that...
I think I know where that is then.
Yes, this is the one thing that is like the one unavoidable inconsistency, because if you came here first, after getting the missiles, but before defeating Flagra, this would make no sense. Because pretty obviously that's where Flagra...
Yeah.
That's Flagra's room.
If you just like back out of the room and then go back in, does it immediately go to ghost mode, or what?
I don't
If
think
you
immediately.
were in that situation.
I don't think immediately.
I'm not sure about
Recording
that
to
one.
logbook.
There is a tower within the ruins where light always shines. Move through the waters there to find the artifact of Life Giver. And that's all of them, I think. I wasn't keeping count. I should have.
I think the internet has ruined me because I'm trying to assess like how much of a pog all of these bird faces are doing.
This is a pretty good pog, honestly.
Yeah. Chozo pog. That's a Chozo pog for sure.
The Chozo having to deal with this apocalyptic kind of eldritch threat just makes me want to see this game, but instead of Samus turning up, it's Kirby.
Yes.
I want to see Kirby do Metroid Prime.
In Princess Peach Showtime, we saw what happens when Peach deals with a Kirby threat. I want to see Kirby take down a Metroid threat now. It's only fair.
The thing is that you know Kirby
Well,
would. You know
Have you
Kirby
heard
would
about
basically
Super Smash
unstoppable.
Bros?
I mean, okay, that's...
I'm kidding, but I
mean,
get what you mean.
That does kind of work. I mean,
Only a little bit.
Taboo is more of like a
Well, I mean, there's a boss fight version of Ridley in some of them.
that is
So
true.
there is that.
That is true. I want to see.
But like, I get what you
There's a
mean.
lot of boss fight versions of Ridley.
That's
There's
true.
Meta Ridley and Standard Ridley both in Subspace Emissary.
I forgot about that.
There's the Metroid Other M stage in Smash 4.
Right, I forgot about that too.
A really obnoxious boss monster just in the regular battle stage.
I
And
forgot about that.
then yeah, you just have regular Ridley in Smash Ultimate.
Yeah. Yeah, now I'm just thinking about Kirby and the Forg again. What a good game. I will always think of it as Kirby and the Forg because of how it's abbreviated on Twitch in the sidebar.
That's the Forgotten Land, right?
Yes.
Okay. God, that was a good game.
Yeah. There was like at least one part of that game that was frustrating, but like it was overall really good.
Yeah.
You think they could do a traditional Metroidvania with Kirby pretty well? I guess the closest they did to that was Amazing Mirror, but that's not exactly a traditional Metroidvania.
It's not quite traditional, but like that Great Cave Offensive. It is a realm that Kirby has explored a little bit.
Both Amazing Mirror and Great Cave Offensive have parts that are kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Like,
A little bit.
But still.
A little bit.
I know, I think part of it with Great Cave Offensive is that one of the big gameplay elements is collecting the treasures, so you want to collect all the treasures, but it has traps to make that really unfeasible if you just don't know what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
It's rude. It's rude is what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
rude is a good
sometimes
descriptor
I
of
need
it.
to encourage repeat playthroughs, but I don't want that. Just want to sometimes please through a thing.
Well, that's what Spring Breeze is for, I
Shut
guess.
I
Yeah.
knew you were gonna do it.
I'm sorry.
No, that's good.
I love you.
That was good.
I love you too.
That was fantastic. Look
I
at
don't
these
just
two.
get directly told shut up often, so I was thrown off guard a little bit. I didn't know how serious you were about that. But it sounds like you weren't really meaning it in that way. Okay.
I knew as I was saying it. Oh, damn it! That saying breeze is just gonna make Robin say spring breeze, and then you did.
It
It's
is
just
not
it's
often.
more to myself, just like you walked into this one. You made this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not often that Giza is the one who walks into an obvious joke. She is usually
guess
the
that's
one.
true.
She is usually the one setting up the sign for you to walk into.
Isa, I have to be honest, whenever you start like talking about something for an extended length of time, which you like to do, which is fine, I have to like check, I have to like think, is Isa setting up for a bit or not?
Yeah,
Here's the
same,
thing.
always.
I speak long. I use a lot of words to describe things because I have like a lot of thoughts on things, and also I like to be thorough because it's very easy to misunderstand like what you might mean by something. There's lots of different clarifications that can add all sorts of nuance and
Yeah,
it
makes
just like
sense.
important elements or just things that I consider alongside that I think are worth considering in addition.
Yeah.
Because things are complicated and there's lots to say about lots of stuff.
Yeah.
And also, I think it's you can really improve like the quality of a joke depending on how you set it up. If you arrange it in a way that layers more additional meanings in something, that can be more satisfying. Or if you just create a sufficient puns can be really, really obnoxious if you're just saying, hey, these two things sound like each other. But if you just arrange the setup in a way that like the dual meaning is relevant and just like changes the meaning of what you've said and interesting in any way that people can draw that connection themselves, that's a lot more satisfying.
That's fair.
And it just so happens that both of those neatly coincide with Bet You Talks a Lot.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey,
And also,
I want to be clear that I'm not criticizing your way of speaking
I
in
know
any way.
you're not.
Yeah.
You love me.
I do.
pirate
You do, and I love that about you.
immersion
one
pistons
of your
are
many-
leaching power from the
many
magma
different
pools
tricks.
as planned. Geothermal power source is promising. Recommend Energy Command deactivate Central Dynamo and switch to geothermal power at once. We found like the one smart space pirate who's like, we should use thermal power. And yeah, there is an art to goofing because like there have been some really good jokes that have died on the vine because the person telling the joke is incapable of telling the joke.
I have no idea how I would describe my method of delivering shenanigans, but it appears to work.
It's always very good. You've never failed to make me laugh a lot.
You got the soul of that.
They do have value to the monks of Grondheim, however. Recommend
The what
process.
now?
The monks of Grondheim. Do you not know
Christina,
what that
that's
is?
mean.
I'm sure she
You're always
means.
complaining about things. Just I have a critical eye for stuff. I compliment things. I compliment Robin all the time. Look at her, she's beautiful.
Wow.
Look at that art she has, it's good.
Thank
So
you.
characterful, and I like the little cape with these pride colours.
Yeah.
And I was gushing about this game.
Yeah.
She was.
Razir is just like the
I
Making
know.
a joke, yeah.
Razir's also doing a goof.
Yes.
Many
I just-
goofs are happening.
This is the goof. This is the goof stream, 100%.
As evidenced by me reading Eragone earlier, apparently.
Yeah, that's very.
Already
true.
questioning myself from like an hour ago.
That was
You
good.
wasn't a serious attempt to appreciate the art form? High literature?
No, it's not that. I don't think. Sorry, I'm now distracted because you mentioned puns, and I was thinking about how many Phoenix Wright style character names I've been thinking of recently, and I remembered that I was thinking of another one when I was trying to sleep yesterday, and I can't remember it, and now it's driving me nuts.
Energy tank god.
Driving me crazy.
That was technically a
What?
sequence.
Oh, you did it. Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to do that jump.
I made a pun and I can't remember it.
It'll come to you eventually.
Maybe.
And yeah, I would hope so. But
Now, who's ready for my favorite area of the
Thanks.
game, which has another fun story from me? Once we like get there and get to the creatures involved. Although,
Eragone was written by an actual child, but also his rich family is how it was published, and the rest of the series was written
by like a young adult.
parts of Eragone you can be a little bit harsh at,
Yeah.
at least.
it's always good to make fun of rich people who, get massive opportunities that other people don't have just because they have a ton of money.
Yeah.
True.
Like, Eragone got a movie. Like,
With like actual actors in it, if I recall.
God. Yeah.
you can't. I mean, there's. If you're saying like, you can't be too mean to it. I mean, I know that's not what I'm saying, but like, you can't. It's just difficult to say. You can't be too harsh on something because a child wrote it. Well, at the same time, they're spending millions upon millions of dollars creating this big blockbuster movie with CGI dragons and trying to sell it as like. I mean, come on, they wanted it to be a Harry Potter style phenomenon. Like that's what every book series around that era was trying to be. But like, just, oof,
So it's rough. So
yeah. I mean, that's capitalism.
Vendrana drifts.
I remembered the pun name.
Please help.
She does. Well done.
So I feel like I need to give a little bit of background on the pun names in that, like, originally I had a character concept because, like, our D&D game is set in the Magic the Gathering universe. So I had a character concept that was from, like, the Magic the Gathering universe, and I accidentally realized that elements of the character concept were very similar to Apollo Justice. And after that, I decided I'm gonna lean into it, and all of the characters related to this character and her concept and her backstory are gonna have Apollo Justice or Phoenix Wright sort of character names. And then it was very easy to think of them somehow, or a lot of them, because I'm like this, I guess. So,
I like that the save room has like little bulletin notes from the pirates of like, hey, we need guns over here, we need workers over here, and if you don't come here, we will like cut your rations and make you do more work.
one example of the pun names was the Dryad lesbians Gina and Tony, who were both chemists and like mix medicines and all that, like gin and tonic. And then God, I think the most egregious one is probably Finn der Kuiper, or Finn den Kuiper, the hands-on archaeologist, as I called him.
Find a keeper.
Yeah. So I was thinking, there's nobody who's centered in blue mana in this bunch yet. And there's only one Prismari student, because they're all Strixhaven students. So maybe there should be a blue mana centered one. And I was thinking about how Well, yesterday I was like looking at like ambience and ambient music and stuff on YouTube. I was thinking about how clearly
right.
there should be a Prismari student who's really chill and like makes ambient art
The
instead
door
of like
directly
explosive
above.
art. Oh no.
Inherently funny about the door directly above has been unlocked.
So I ended up with a name that's just like Bambi Ent or something, and that's like, come on, man. That's fine, I guess.
Oh my goodness.
It's no Finden Kuiper, but it's something.
They're all pretty good though. Anyway, this has
Yeah.
been Grana Drifts. I love this place. It's beautiful. It's so icy and calm, and the music is super chill.
Pity that the boss monster here is pretty dull. Like the first one you bump into, it's just
Isn't it another one of the chargy forward things from earlier, but like ice?
Kind
something?
of.
I don't
It's a little
remember.
more complicated than that. We will get
Fair
to it,
enough.
and I actually have a story about those guys. Oh, right.
I
the
didn't
way-
catch what it said.
The way Vombu does this if you get too close to it.
What you said?
I didn't catch a word.
About what?
I have stories
I mean,
about those
Last thing you
creatures.
said before I said that.
I have
I
stories
don't
about
think
those
I said anything.
baddies give static.
Okay.
Anyway, so when I was a kid, these things fucking terrified me. They were super duper scary. Baby Sheegoth, glacial predator, ice shell protects vulnerable dorsal area. Young Sheegoth grow a resilient shell of ice on their backs, which serve as to protect a layer of vulnerable flesh. With this being their only weak point, baby Sheegoths will turn quickly in order to not allow predators the opportunity to strike at their backs. Powerful hunters, they fire bursts of ultra-cold gas at potential prey, then feast on their frozen victims. So when I was a kid, I would precisely aim at, like, all the way over here. Ah! From over here and like, get him. Some kind of auto aim going on. Interesting. And I would slowly whittle them away. Now I am brave, and smart, and out, and a little reckless. And I love how it gradually shatters. Gradually shatters until they are vulnerable.
Did you scan one again for a second?
Yes.
I just want to say that the face they're making on the right there is also a pog.
Sheegoth Pog, yes.
Oh my god.
Perfect.
This significantly decreases
these
the
boring
amount of
gray sheep.
intimidating that they are. Boring gray sheep. What a specific reference to my old videos.
Rip.
I was setting it up.
Yeah.
I gotta send some of drawdown.
But yeah. So
That's an
pretty-
ancient one.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool. I am a fan of that.
I've considered replaying a Scribblenauts at some point, but I'm not sure. That was a heck of
Those
a video
baby
game.
Sheegoths are basically like the aliens from Aliens, but squished down and fat.
Kind of. They're a little xenomorphy. They are.
A little bit.
They got the face.
They're just nice little baby guys.
Did you scan the icicle creature that you just blew up
Yes,
before?
I did. They are the Bergmite.
Okay.
I don't think they're actually called Bergmite. That's a Pokemon.
Yeah, that's a Pokemon.
Is there not something in here? I thought there was. Also, I have to be very, very careful in this area, because this area has one of the very missable scans. Because usually, the creatures you scan are not missable. But there is one area in particular where there are monsters you have to scan when you get there, or else.
That does sound familiar.
I am going to be very careful.
Yeah, see, this is why I never really had much interest in 100%ing this game.
Recording to logbook.
Ice Burrower. Burrowers adapted to sub-freezing climates. As one would expect, they're just burrowers, but cold.
Not ignorant this time, though.
Yeah, not
Apparently.
ignorant. These ones are not ignorant. These ones know their praxis. Why did it shoot that direction? It shot a blast, but not at me. So strange.
I
I'm not
really
sure that
appreciate
was-
the design. I really appreciate the design choice they made with this game. That the charge beam should draw in pickups. That's something that didn't exist prior to this game, and they thought it up because, you know what? Collecting those little energy balls and stuff in 3D isn't the best experience, probably.
Yeah, it's very clever.
Then you just charge up and you draw them in, and it is so nice, and it makes the flow so much better than it would have been otherwise.
Yeah.
Recording
Yeah.
to logbook.
I just think
Ice Shriek Bat. Ice encased ceiling dweller.
Is that the one that you can't get later?
Like standard shriek bats, these creatures are easily spotted with thermal imaging. They roost on cave ceilings, subsisting on insects, reptiles, and small mammals. Fiercely territorial, they will dive bomb anything that wanders near. Unlike regular shriek bats, at some point during the game, these stop existing.
That's what. Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
This is the only non-boss creature that goes away. The first time I played this game on my own, before I even did videos on it, I got everything but them.
Oh no.
My pain is immeasurable.
yeah, it's real frustrating.
It is rough.
Recording to
Especially
logbook.
since shriek bats are so easy to not get a scan on,
Yeah.
because you often don't notice them until they're dive bombing you.
Yup. As the great poison reaches even further into the planet, we Chozo begin to feel the gnawing of despair. Before it is too late, we now must make our last stand. We have begun to build a temple to contain this darkness. At its heart, we will place a cipher, a mystical lock powered by 12 artifacts and filled with as much power as we Chozo can harness. We wonder, though, even when we are done, will it be too late? And will the power of the temple and the cipher itself prove strong enough to hold back the poisonous tide that even now swells within the ground, threatening all life?
Oh right. I remember what the poison is now. I finally put it together.
The thing is, Chozo, who wrote this lore, we, the audience, are a little unsure of how well the seal worked as well, considering that, depending on the version, the space pirates have or have not found like a creature inside the seal and have information on it, despite the seal not having been opened.
Yeah, they just kind of like gotta.
Oh.
Are we
Accidentally.
avoiding spoilers? By the way.
Probably should. I'm sure it's like fine. I don't imagine anyone here hasn't played Metroid Prime, but it is best to err on the side of caution, I guess.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, we don't know. We will.
And if you said it all already.
Yeah, it's fine. It's no problem.
I didn't see what the creature was, just that they have information on some creature that's found exclusively within this area.
Yeah, it's fine. I think after I find my next save point is when I am going to stop. Because it is 4 my time.
Oh yeah.
Any goodies in here? No goodies. No goodies for Zodi. More of you guys. Alright, this area. The lamb.
Recording to logbook.
Recording to logbook. So many creatures suffer beneath the blight upon the land, and we Chozo are no exception. But for all of our pain, we can at least believe in the promise of the future. We have come to believe that a time may never come when we can once again open the door and banish the darkness we've contained. Even so, our vigilance will remain forever. We believe that on some far-off day, a savior will come and continue what we have begun. For that savior, we will leave our ancient weapons and armor. The soul who can gather them will be the entrusted one, the only being who can reverse the evil that grows here.
No pressure or anything.
Yeah. No pressure, Samus. You got this. Cannot destroy these blocks. They're too big.
Imagining the past Chozo writing that, like talking to another Chozo, like, you think it's gonna be Samus again? Yeah, it's probably gonna be Samus again. They somehow know who Samus is even in the past,
I
of
mean,
course,
they-
because they're Chozo and they do this.
If I recall, that is actually like an entry that is like, we are aware of the hatchling and we're pretty sure it's going to be her. So yes,
They do have prophetic powers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'll keep
I
it in
feel
mind.
like
Courtney. Thank you.
Samus has had a bit of a career already by this point, but this is like her second high-profile adventure.
Yeah,
So like, she's probably known within like the Federation and stuff as like, oh, she'll do jobs. She can clear out a base of baddies if you want, but like, it wasn't until Metroid 1 that she'd done like one of her big, huge clearing out of an entire sort of planet's worth of base pirates and stuff.
yeah. The Zero mission,
like,
as it were, was the first moment that people were like, oh, this isn't a normal mercenary. This is a killing machine.
Yeah, well, like, you have to assume that she was already pretty skilled before she went to Zebes, because, like, she goes in there and she takes, like, the entire thing down by herself. You get the impression that she has already got a bit of experience by that point.
Yeah. Anyway.
Especially considering that when she goes in there, she ends up fighting, like, her parents' killer, who's like this huge space dragon, fighting Mother Brain and all this other stuff. Like,
No.
I just feel like that's the point where she went from being like a pretty solid, good mercenary who can rely on for mercenary work to being approaching a legendary figure. Like, this is someone who you hear about and go, that's not possible.
And yet,
There's no way that this report is true that one person did this. But it's still like, this is a one-time thing. It's not until, like, I'd say at least a few adventures in that it becomes then a pattern and people are just like, yeah, no, this woman's just unstoppable. Unless you're Space Pirates, in which point, like, they have reason to be absolutely terrified of her after she's just destroyed one entire colony of theirs and, like, all their, leaders.
Yeah.
right.
But also, she just learned how to do sweet tricks on a half-pipe.
Yeah. Do this.
Yeah, she does.
I remember in the original, it glows orange and not blue.
That sounds familiar?
And like, if you look closely, you can see the bit of orange come out of it when you see the blue.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I feel like that might be a thing.
Wow, who could that be?
I love this scene. It's just really, really rad.
I forgot about that one.
Just a very small reminder that there's a very angry space dragon just kind of chilling, waiting,
Do not forget Ridley.
watching.
Honestly, this is something that I'm glad was cut from the game, but there was supposed to be a boss battle here
Really?
where you'd have to keep shooting at Ridley's shadow, and like that sounds fine. But then it would split up into smaller shadows.
God damn it!
Oh, you're doing a
He's a
bit.
fuck!
And it would there'd just be more and more and more of them. Terrifying.
Yeah. And, oh, yeah, that's a good point,
And
Corey.
then, like 2 decades later, the same boss would appear in Splatoon 3.
I still can't. I'm still surprised that I predicted that Big Man would be a Mario Sunshine reference somehow in advance.
I am amazed that it took that long for there to be a Mario Sunshine reference in Splatoon.
Great point.
And just
Same.
what an amazing way to finally do it
Yeah.
with Big Man.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, that's a good
Oof.
point, QWERTY, that, like, the backstory of Metroid 2 is that, like, they sent the Federation into SR-388 to deal with the problem, and everyone died, and then Samus came in and, like, handled it, dust her hands off. Anyway, we are going to call it here. I am going to raid somebody as soon as it loads. We need a good raid message.
Do
Do we really?
This would be a really good time for someone to raid us.
That would be pretty funny.
I personally feel like raid messages are not necessary, but maybe that's just me.
Entirely fine.
Honestly, I've always found them obnoxious.
Fair.
They kind of give me a secondhand embarrassment kind of feeling somehow.
Yeah, that's fine. That's a good point. And yeah, I do appreciate that, QWERTY. I was trying to like, should we say anything when we go to raid? But also, nah.
Just shows the streamer some enthusiasm and interest.
Yeah.
I guess, if
Since-
you want to say anything at all.
Since QWERTY recommended it, I'm going to send all of you who are watching and still in the mood for watching the stream to watch Playframe Plus play Pokemon Crystal. That is like the good parts of extra credit, if you remember that ancient thing.
Jeez.
Anyway,
Interesting.
I'm going to press the button now. So in 10 seconds, I will
Goodbye, everyone.
Throw
We have
you
to say
all
that
at
really
them.
quick. Goodbye.
Yes.
Bye.
have
I'm
a
not saying goodbye.
have a lovely
Oh.
night, everyone, and have a fun time. I pushed the button.
You pushed the button.
Yay!
Hooray.
I'm going to hit stop streaming now.
Hooray.